Wheels up on a Monday. How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the podcast, the program, the show, the thing that we do every day. It's all we do is a show every single day, except for days when if there's something else going on, then kind of dip in and out, that sort of thing.
Rabbit.
Yeah, I guess. Shit.
Attaboy, Ryan. That's the way to be on the ball there.
2 in a row.
Feb 3.
2 in a row.
2025's all yours.
Feb 3 for the Rabbit. Slipping. This program is a presentation of Bet365, the official gaming partner of Afterburner and Barn Burner. Open an account if you haven't already on Bet365. Get that app. It is sweet. Get it open. Use the promo code NATION when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And if you are in the if you're in on the YouTube chat, first and foremost, be polite and kind. But also, if you do drop a little cash donation, the proceeds will go to the youth centers of Calgary. And we guarantee, loose guarantee, we'll try our best not to forget to put the comment on the show.
I expect we'll see something from Handsome Dan after yesterday's Flames victory in Seattle.
But his is just Wolf wins, was it not?
No, he was. Oh, you're right, too.
I believe it was Wolf.
Because I know he did 400 for Wolf Shetties. We haven't seen that yet, but
Wolf wins. So we'll see. Maybe he'll. It's allotted though.
I would say for the kids. He's already contributed like $500-600 for the kids. So
not. How are we doing? It's a chilly one out there. Ooh, doctor. She's.
My kid refused to wear a jacket yesterday.
Yeah, well,
Said it's minus 23 and windy.
Just a question to ask, and I'm not claiming to have any answers to this because I have asshole kids too. But why does he get to decide this?
Well, that's what I was saying. I said, actually, the funny thing is that when it's minus 23, you don't get to choose. You just put it on.
Yeah.
To which he sort of said, "I don't tell you to wear your jacket." And it's like, okay,
that's right. You don't.
You've made a lot of progress here.
There are some who do like to buck the trend, it seems like, though. The jacket and gloves or mitts when it's cold outside.
Yep. That guy from Winnipeg that didn't wear pants for
there is that, yeah. But I looked out. How cold is it? It was minus 55 this morning. Jeez. When I woke up. I said, "It's no chance. Can't do it. Look at poor Jared here. Jared. Jared's feeding the cows right now. Moo.
That's not code for something else. Just
minus 28. Yeah, that's milking. When you're milking the cows and it's minus 28, that's some hard work. Be careful. Those teats. Got to keep those things warm. Put your hands on them. Hey, how about let's get into it. The opening statements for McLeod Law, our good friends, our good buddies, our great partners over at McLeod Law. Whatever your situation is, maybe it's just a little bit, I just needed a lawyer to sign off on this and the deal will be done. Or maybe it's a big deal, whatever the case may be. They're here in Calgary. They care about you. They're Calgarians. It's what you need. You want some face-to-face. You want some real interaction. And you'd like them to be the best at what they do. Check. McLeod-law.com as we get into the opening statements here. Flames victorious. Victoria. Is that a song?
Victorious.
Notorious? Something.
Notorious?
Maybe.
On a back-to-back, no less, team. They've been absolute dog shirt in the second half of back-to-backs this year.
Yeah, just they've played 7 of them. They've now won 2. So, they've won 5 of the 7 first.
Right.
The first of the back-to-back. 5?
They've won 7 out of 7 on back-to-backs. 2 on the second half.
They've won 7 for sure.
Yeah, and 5 on the front.
I bet you they are exactly 500 in back-to-back scenarios, right?
Feels like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do math when it's this cold out. So cold. They've won 2 of 3. When they play games, it's they're not playing very well. They've lost 2 of their last. They've lost 3 or 4, and then they win. Now that they've won 2, I don't know. How do we feel about the Flames' little weekend here? That
we 500 in January or February.
True.
There we go.
Were they 500 in January as well?
Jesus, your math is just. It is.
I believe they were. Right.
They might have been one game over, but yeah, it was damn close. Yeah.
Right?
Right? I'm very quickly trying to add this all up, but yeah, it was not a dominant January, but they beat some good teams. Minnesota beat Winnipeg, LA,
lost to some good teams in there too.
Washington,
back in St. Louis should have maybe.
They were 7-6.
Must wins.
There you go. Yeah, the weekend. I mean, I think everyone's probably pretty excited to see the new guys on Saturday. That was probably the story of the weekend. And
where are the new boys?
A lot of build up to those new fellas.
They brought their freaking toys with them. None of that stinking root beer.
It's the kind of turn that
Jack
on.
didn't get that reference, by the way.
I know. Jack, did you get the reference? Stinking root beer and the toys and
no idea. No.
God damn it.
You've not seen that show either?
He's probably seen that one.
Slapshot.
Yeah, I've seen Slapshot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's when they make the trade for the Hansons. And the guys are unsure because they're like, let's go see the new boys. And they're sitting in their room with their. Did you ever own one of those race car things that deal with the
little needle in it? It goes around the track.
Yeah.
I think I did.
I did too.
Those are deadly. Smell. You can still remember the smell.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you worked up the RPMs real good.
I don't know if that's the wheels or that little piece that dragged to get the.
It was probably a fire hazard. Probably burned the house down. Guaranteed somebody's house went right to shit because their kid's car thing played it for 18 hours a day. Sorry if that did happen. Yeah, your cameras. You got
to get this figured out.
High in a kite.
Oh, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to figure it out. We've got tech guys. You told me we got a tech.
We do.
Tech guy's going to have to come to that, do some tech work.
We have a tech guy on staff. He's a quick 5.5 hour flight away.
Yeah.
So
if you can get that camera to some sort of a lunch joint, we could easily get that fixed.
Yeah, if you want to bring it for our little fish and chips, we'll nail it.
It does look sharp, like the clarity is amazing.
Yeah, well, it looks good. Yeah.
You look great, Rhett.
Oh, we got distracted. We were talking about the game.
Well, yeah, I guess the weekend last night, 3-2 over the Kraken. They do play a back-to-back. They win the second half. Dan Vladar.
Quite good.
Congratulations, buddy.
Way to go, Danny.
Danny Vladar with a win. A rare win.
Oh, Danny boy.
Oh, Danny boy.
I was worried about a start because they definitely had some, there's a lot of nights where it feels like the officials are out to get the Flames. Last night was not one of those, as they seem to continue to get you might think are 50-50 calls go their way, which evens out over the course of a full season. But the first goal against that didn't count was on Dan Vladar with a big juicy rebound. And you're like, Dan, that's not the start you need, but clean slate. He was great after that.
Were the rest of you chuckling? Because we got to 3 in the first.
Yeah, I was
goals,
thinking, man,
right?
might
I'm
even
like,
get the fourth
oh, look out. Here we come.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Vladar didn't know what was happening. He's like, what is this? You don't get 3 in a game, let alone 3 in the first. What
Apparently he's good with a lead.
Alternate universe am I in here right now? And then there's, they get a little help. I have to give whoever it is who calls the coaches
Jamie Pringle.
Breaker 19 check. We got ourselves a. I think we should do a coach's challenge here. We got a little goaltender interference. Check. I would not have even thought to look for it. And if you showed it to me, I would not have thought that there was anything there that would have deemed interference, let alone be called interference and then wipe a goal off the board.
Yeah.
So good job to whoever's
Jamie Pringle. Chips.
Pigpen this year is a rubber duck.
Fox is in that house. You know what to do.
Rhett, you should know that one.
I do know that one.
You were in a video.
I know all the references.
Yeah. You're sharp.
You're on it today. On top of things. Yeah.
Totally on top of it. You're so smart. God.
I'm not frozen at all.
Woo! Give me one of those. Just to give you one of those.
Off of Vladar win, no less.
So did we? I guess it was kind of Vladar's trying to come back to his left, the stick, the paddle on the skate in the blue paint with the thing. It's not.
Don't get into it, Dean, because it's impossible. It's not a thing that we're not capable of it. That's why we're not paid the big bucks. That's why we're not sitting in Toronto in front of a screen evaluating these things.
Yeah.
They had a shot of the decision room or whatever they call it in Toronto, mid-season, and they were like watching Monday Night Football. You're like, these assholes are just flipping coins.
Remember that? That was so wicked.
I think that should have been a first down. Guys, we've got a goalie interference call.
Oh shoot!
Seattle,
Quick, change that channel.
Yeah, could you guys get up to it? So they get a break there, and then another break, I guess, as the puck goes in. Is there goalie interference? There isn't. Hey, you know what? All you can do is
got lucky there.
Just kind of play. Just kind of
play. Couple coin tosses. They win them both. Good night.
Vladar first win in 7 starts. He is now
feel good, Dean. That's got to feel real good.
So good, right? So good for him. Has now allowed 2 or less in 3 of his last 5. Starting to, it's starting
all right
to tidy her up just a little, because there have been some off nights. There have been some off nights.
Very good against Vegas coming out of the Christmas break. That was one of his better efforts.
Yeah. His team decided that night to score 0 goals for him, if I recall correctly. That was a 2 or 3-0 loss.
Too big.
When Vladar, because I went through it this morning, and we're kind of talking about 3 in the first, 3 in general it feels like it's been few and far between. Vladar this season, and I guess if you get 3, you go ahead and win. But when Vladar has received 3 or more in terms of run support, 7-2-1 on the year.
Oh, tidy.
Holy Dinah.
Yeah. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow?
2-1 with 3 goals. And it's a 3-2 league, Dean.
Go.
Is it a 3-2 league, Rhett?
Mm-hmm.
He was good in St. Louis in that 2-1 loss, now that you mention it. Yeah. It was awful against Utah. That was a home game. Very good against Vegas. Ottawa. Decent. Okay.
So what about the new guys?
What about the new guys? Blockbuster. You guys talked about it Friday.
The Thursday, big live stream too. That was exciting as all the news broke.
That's right. Yeah. I was I was kind of catching up. I had stuff to do that night. So then it's kind of like when you want to go dark. If I'm having to watch the game after it started and that, I don't want any texts because I don't want to watch a game where I know what happens.
It sucks.
So if it's 3-2, 5 minutes into the second, and you know that's how it ends, but I kind of need to watch the rest of this. How don't you just? So I like to just, and then so what's happening? What's this trade? The texts are starting to kind of taking a sideways glance. I'm like, I don't really want to look. Is there something going on? Well, this is exciting. So I just kind of locked in about an hour and a half behind I was behind the world by about an hour and a half and just playing catch up on the broadcast. Like Ryan Leslie saying this, here's Eric Francis, here's Corey Sarge. They're talking about this, and the play-by-play guy. Hey, we got a thing with the hole, and hey, with the could be a thing with the Pelche, and it was exciting. And then it went down. And my first inkling was, just to let you guys in, my first thought was, I like it.
Yeah,
very good. What'd you guys think?
It's tough to see a lot of risk and or downside here, given that Pelche was available for free in October, and we thought Kuzmenko had played himself back to the KHL pretty much here. The second's a second, but it's certainly not a first. And you're like, yeah, I mean, you're getting established, much more known quantities than the other guys are getting in the trade.
Now, Beg's bringing up, and not to kick a hornet's nest and start to stir up shit, but just about 48 hours prior, we had a very spirited discussion on this show about, do you try and get a little bit better? Do you try and add now? Is there any point in adding a 23 or a 24-year-old? That we basically had a discussion that was kind of tailor-made for what happened.
It's true. Yeah. It was pretty close to what we talked about.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that, what is Morgan Frost? Are we sure he's got top 2 center potential? You hope so. God, that'd be nice if he does. But this wasn't exactly the go get Marty Necas, pick up Trevor Zegras. They should be in on Pettersson. Like you moved a second and 2 guys that didn't have much value. I think if you look at pile A versus pile B, I mean, Craig Conroy has got he likes his collection a lot better than the other guys do.
You know what it was for me? It was a little clarity because we got into it, and I think I think it's the kind of deal that you would have not, that Ryan, you would have been like, I don't know. You need to know what the price is.
Yes, you do.
Right? Zegers, geez, I don't know. How does he fit? Well, what if it's a fucking handful of magic beans? Well, then shit, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And not to say that's what this return is. This second rounder could be a Hall of Famer. We'll never know. But for the two players, God, we love Kuzi, but we don't even need to go into it. And we know what Pelche is. And I saw some people say, oh, geez, Pelche just starting to turn the corner. I think this, and I've heard master class for Craig Conroy. Pelche was on waivers. I didn't think they'd be able to give away Kuzmenko in any way, shape, or form without keeping money or to get an asset or anything. But we had I felt like we'd really passed that. I feel like he managed for two distressed assets to build them back up and put them both into a trade. And maybe that's what Philadelphia's saying is, boy, for Farabee and Frost, these guys, I'll take this side. I'll 100%. Take this side of it, which is the easy one. But I think Pelche's been an energetic guy. I think there's a real ceiling there. I think he's a grinder good guy. He's going to give you some minutes in a penalty kill, third, fourth line role. But the other two, and especially it's when the Frost is a center, and he scores last night and it was a beauty. But the guy, what is he, over 52%, I think, on the season in the faceoff dot. I know that the general manager really likes that when you can win faceoffs and you can be okay in the faceoff dot. But yeah, if it was a first, if the return was going to be big, then I'm not sure. I've liked Farabee for a long time. I know we talked about it was last week where Farabee was back in and got points after being healthy scratched for 3 games. It was like, Torts is Farabee for 3 games? Not Scott Lawton or somebody else. Like, Farabee, a pretty good player. So I've always kind of liked Farabee from afar, and it doesn't like Frost again. He's a center. It just feels like all the discussions we have, until you know what you're paying, you can't really say whether you want to do it or not.
If you had asked what it would cost to get Farabee and Frost to us last week, we would have been like, geez, like that's going to be pricey. You got 2 first rounders, both 25 or younger. No, I mean, kudos to Connie. We had Seravalli on that trade show right after it broke and was officially jumped on with us. And he said, this is incredible patience from Connie. He's been talking about Morgan Frost since August, September. And it was clearly not going to work with Torts to the point where the Flyers were like, we're ready to lose a deal now because we might lose it worse if this keeps going.
Yeah.
And so you want to talk about assets being, getting back up, like rebuilding value. The Flyers were worried about the opposite. These were not going to be Torts guys. And the longer you wait, the more distressed those assets were going to get. Give Connie credit for pouncing when the time was right, because I think you could have paid a whole lot more for Morgan Frost 2 months ago.
I guess go ahead, Rhett. I do.
Well, I'm just curious. We always look at it from the Flames' point of view, and we think we did a good job. But we don't know the players as well as the people in Philadelphia. And I think we got a guy coming on that might give us some insight here shortly. What's the mood in Philly?
And they're clearing cap space. That's what
I know. I get it, but still, you've cleared cap space, which can be appreciated. But you could still look at it. We could all clear cap space again. You could get rid of Huberdeau for nothing, probably. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to clearing cap space is wonderful. But did the people in Philly, the fans, obviously the GM thought it was fine, but do the rest of the people that are watching this going, what's the rest of the league think about this deal?
As you said, we'll go there right now. The timing is perfect. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating brings us the Insider Hotline. Ensure that your home is safe and ready for winter. I hope you've done it, because it is, you don't want no heat, no hot water today. Not ideal. Let Crystal Waters inspect your plumbing and heating equipment. Make sure that you're ready for it. And if something's going on right now, there's only one place to call. If you're having issues here in the cold weather, Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, 403-219-4100, online, crystalclearcalgary.com. To the Insider Hotline we go. Our buddy Frank Seravalli. He's looking at the hoodie. He's ready to go. Go Birds. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Let's go.
Damn right.
Whole week. Let's go.
There you go. Well, and then, we'll kind of get right to it, because Rhett was saying we have the Flames perspective. It's, Pelche is this and Kuzmenko is that, and it's only a second and you've got extra picks. So we're going to have a certain view on it. In Philadelphia, it's been a few days now. I've not seen a whole lot of people overly upset about Frost and Farabee leaving town. They may not like the return, but in terms of the players, 2 recent sort of first rounders, leaving town. It doesn't seem like too many are heartbroken. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would say that the biggest thing that no one has really said out loud is that the Flyers are getting closer to the bottom, which how many times have we had this conversation in Calgary? They need to. Like, they need difference makers. And to go from, I don't know, 20th place to 27th or 28th is very doable for the Flyers. Not saying that though they're overtly attempting to do that, but that should be the unstated goal of this transaction, is at least for a moment in time, for two players that are not going to be part of your future plans, rip the Band-Aid off and start sliding down the standings, because that's in the best interest of the Flyers. They've now done something that's never happened in franchise history before. They've been shut out for 3 consecutive games.
Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say, and once you're there, you'll have some segment of the fan base that'll be, it's been 3 games, we don't score, this is terrible. But the other side, if they can live with it and stomach it, this is what you want. Don't score. We got a little under half the season left. We're tanking it as much as you can tank, but we're looking for high picks. We're looking for more trades. What else can Briere do there, I guess, in terms of dismantling?
Well, they're going to try and acquire a difference maker. And in parentheses, my guess is that the center that they're targeting is Elias Pettersson. No one has said that out loud, but I'm thinking that, look, let's see what happens here in Vancouver. He's on the clock for sure. He's got to make a difference, and he's got to show that he's up to the $11.6 million level that they expected him to be at. But my real concern for this Flyers build is that they don't have a lot of the positional boxes checked. Unlike Calgary, they don't have a goalie. They don't have a stud defenseman on the way. They've got a winger in Matvei Michkov, who has shown flashes of something fascinating, but they don't have a center. And those are 3 really important boxes to check: center, D, and goalie, that they're a long way off from doing, that they've got a ton of work to do to get there.
Is Torts the right guy for this? And how, because it feels like the Flames got these guys at a discount because it wasn't going to work with Torts. Is that overstating it, or is that
no? It's not overstating it. And I've said as full-throated and loud as I possibly can that John Tortorella has been the exact worst coach that they could possibly have. Think about last year. That team vastly overachieved, was in the 3rd spot in the Metropolitan Division from the start of the season all the way into March, accumulated God knows how many points that they shouldn't have. And then the wheels fell off. They missed the playoffs. They didn't get a lottery pick, and they didn't get a difference maker in the draft. Like, I'm willing to reserve some space for Jet Luchenko, and I think he's going to be a promising NHL player, but he's not a game changer. He's much more like a Scott Laughton than anything else. And not to say Scott Laughton's a bad piece to have, not at all, but you want game changers. And none of this is new. This is the same conversation we've had about the Flames. The difference that I see is the Flames don't have the ability to truly bottom out, whereas the Flyers did and could have, but their coach was a better coach than they needed. And they had just enough, Farabees, Frosts, Brinks, whoever, these somewhat talented players that are keeping them from getting to the bottom.
Somebody asked me on the weekend if the Flames didn't have Wolf, and so maybe take away 5 wins or whatever going from Wolf to a, would this trade have happened?
Right.
And you know what? I don't know if it would have, to be honest. It doesn't change anything in what you saw Kuzmenko or Pelche as. But I honestly, I don't really know. And that seems kind of, is that fair? Go ahead, Rhett.
Well, just to add to that, I think the difference maybe between the franchises or a lot of teams is I do believe Wolf is going to be that guy. And how you treat it, though, the question, I guess, to further what Boom is saying, we had Kiprusoff here. He hit a lot of warts for a long time, but it doesn't end up winning you anything.
close? Fuck.
Yeah, I got you damn close.
Yeah,
Like a
once.
missed goal in Game 6 away from heaven.
But that was one, and I'm
see
talking
that.
about actually the years after that, because he came out of nowhere and the team wasn't built around Kiprusoff, but they're starting to recognize that Wolf's really good and they're planning for that, I think, by adding these guys. I'm just saying, like, it is good, and you want the goaltender. But what Frank said is also true. We don't have a star. Sorry, Frank, my camera's crazy.
You know
We
what
don't
happened
have
there
a-
too, Rhett? Let me ask you about this. When Kipper came in and you realized he was good, the run to the cup final happened almost immediately.
That year.
And then it was hardcore chasing. We got to keep this almost cup winner together.
Exactly.
This could be more of a slow build, right? Where we're one piece away. Let's get Darren McCarty. Let's get Owen Nolan. Let's
Old
get
Tony
Tony
Amonte.
Amonte. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just felt like we're so close.
The
But we're
Flames
here.
have
You
Darren
can.
McCarty.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
I just thought he was a lifelong Red Wing.
Went to the cup final, lockout season, came back with Amonte, and
I know, but that's it. You end up with the same thing. I know you're saying it's a longer build out, and sure, maybe Conroy has a better approach to it, but it still goes back to what Frank said and what Pinder has argued about, what we've all actually said. You need stars to win, and Wolf's a star. They still don't. Kadri's good. Huberdeau's playing better. Frost might be good for, and I'm not saying I don't like the move. I'm just saying it still goes against what Frank just said and what a lot of teams have that win with is a superstar. Who is it?
Don't know.
So let me see if I can explain how I feel about the Flames in an articulate way, because I don't know if I've said it properly before, and I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but bear with me. I think when you're thinking about this team and where it's at, there's like bands in the standings of where you think you can get to, inside a realm of possibility. And the point that I was trying to make when we talked about this a week or two ago with Dustin Wolf is he is stretching the band closer toward being a contending team just by virtue of his play. And like, you theoretically each year he's going to stretch you, if the range this season for the Flames was 22nd to 15th, he's now stretching you to like 18th to 14th or something, if that makes any sense when I say it.
Sure.
And each year it's kind of like you're hoping with his progression is going to pull you a little bit closer. And boom, to your point with the slow build, that I think if you chip on a couple correct pieces, that band can sort of more gradually pull in the other direction. And I think that's part of the thought process here is that who knows, maybe when you get to a position where you've got the new arena open and you've got your internal cap where you want it to be and your team has improved significantly enough in the standings that maybe you can get one star in free agency. Maybe, and you stack on, like, I think it's really within the realm of possibility that 1 year from now, we're having a conversation about Morgan Frost being a 65-point player for the Calgary Flames. And then if you get Farabee to continue to play at the level that he, should be at, that you stack these things on top of each other one by one, brick by brick, that band just sort of continues to slide in the other direction. Maybe by a standings place or 2 or 3 each season to the point where you become a top 10 team and then you start to make things interesting. Does that make any sense?
No, it does.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah, the goal has changed everything, is what we all agree on here. Like if you're getting league average net mining, you're not losing your first round. You're picking top 10. It's that simple. You're 10 points down in the standings. You're picking top 10.
Bands will make our dance. I mean, that's really ultimately what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Elliot reported on the weekend on Hockey Night that the
I don't
Flames
even get a laugh.
No,
Nothing.
It's all right.
Walked
It's very
away.
serious today. We've got to.
Way
It's
too-
very
way too
serious.
excited.
I'm sorry, Frank.
God.
You know us. We don't mess around. We've very journalistic integrity here. Go ahead, Ryan. Back to you.
Thanks, Dean. There's reports on the weekend from Elliot that the Flames are shutting down any conversations surrounding Rasmus, which I understand, but also Nazem Kadri, Mackenzie Weegar. Yeah.
How many times since September can
I
I
know.
say the same goddamn thing until someone else will believe me?
Frank,
And
hang
then
on.
Wait. So then I say it, and I've said it consistently, but then someone else says it, so therefore it's news. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
We have talked about it with you. I'm circling back. I get where they're at with Andersson. They'd love to keep him. They don't want to dismantle this room. What I think is very different about Nazem Kadri is that you've got 4 years left on a guy that turns 35 in October. Could you make the case that if Zeri's a center and Frost is a center and you've got Backlund who's a center, would it not be much better for the team in the new arena to get something for Naz while you can? He's playing well. He's good. I'm not trying to run the guy to town, but asset management wise, are we expecting 36, 37, 38-year-old Nazem Kadri to be helpful at his cap hit or a detriment? Because I know where my chips are stacked.
I'm with you 100%. The first thing I would be doing if I was Craig Conroy I would be calling Chris McFarland in Colorado and say, hey, you won a cup with Naz. You want him back? And what would it take for us to get Casey Middlestat from you on top of that in the same deal? And by the way, you said it like it was fact.
Right?
Are we sure that Zeri's a center?
I love the player, and I think he's smart enough, and the way he attacks, he can be a center, but he could obviously be a great winger too.
But we
Can
don't
be
know.
a center
Yeah.
is a good.
Honestly, it looks
But
tough.
I think that's a fair.
You guys move there. He's been
description of-
very good for small reps at the NHL level there.
Yeah, but fair to say though that he can be a center is the determination we've made, not is a center.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm with you though. Like, I think moving Kadri is a different part of the equation than moving Andersson.
Right. And that's why I brought it up. I'm not here saying, hey, Frank, someone else said something you said for 6 months. Let's talk about it, because that clearly bugged you. But like, is that the right tact from Connie to be hanging up on people if they're asking about Kadri? I don't know that it is.
No, I don't think it is. I think you'd have to consider anything that came down. Like, I think being proactive is smart.
I would also caution a little bit. Like you say, is he hanging up? If I had those guys, I'd be telling it. Elliot calls me, Frank calls me, whoever calls me. I love these guys.
Art of the deal.
It's gonna be really hard for me to part
That's
with
right.
these guys. I'll tell you right now. We love our room. These guys are great team guys. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I agree with you. And to be fair, it's the type of deal that probably happens in the summer anyway, right? If you're going to do that, that seems to be when cap space opens. And anyway.
I don't know. The Colorado Avalanche have some cap space.
Let's spin quick Vancouver. There's a two-headed thing it seems like going on there. Is it all fixed and rectified now because one of them's gone, or what's your read? I guess on the deal. I happen to be in Vancouver on the weekend.
That's right.
Not happy with the return. They've traded the
Did you
wrong
see Shane
guy.
Gillis?
What's that?
Did you see Shane Gillis?
I did. Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. Yeah. It was exactly what you think it was. It was a bunch of.
Did he tell the Notre Dame joke?
Yes, he did.
Oh God.
Yeah, at great length. Yeah,
that one really.
Yeah,
that one threw me through a loop.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shane Gillis.
He's tremendous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sold out for people. He's a comedian. Sold Rogers Arena out.
18,500.
Yeah, he's from our neck of the woods. Sold out Wells Fargo Center too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyway, so yeah, they're not pleased with the return. And then the second deal. The second deal is they're even more frustrated. Oh, you get a first and you fucking trade around. I don't even know anybody. I'm just listening to people in a pub kind of deal. Your thoughts on what happened with Vancouver, and are they done? You talked about Pettersson already. I mean, talk about what's going on in Vancouver.
So he's on the clock, Elias Pettersson. They've made it very clear that their expectations for him are way higher than the level that he's played at. And he's got 4 weeks to show them that with JT Miller gone, he can put aside his era of being day-to-day with hurt feelings and get back to being a play-driving center that puts up 40 goals and 100-plus points. We've got a calendar year to look at of poor play, substandard play for him, who has not been very emotionally engaged. And, you can tell me all you want about, oh, well, his defense has been pretty good. Okay. But that's what got him $11.6 million. So he's got his work cut out for him. And I think if they get to a position where a few more weeks have gone by, and without Miller there, they don't see a drastic improvement, I won't be surprised at all to see him move before this deadline. And if not before this deadline, then they absolutely underlined must certainly trade him before that no trade clause kicks in on July 1st. I think you're dangerously close at that point to getting yourself into a position where he's been found out, that the rest of the league looks at him and says, we're not going to give you value for him. Right now, you still have a window where you can get value for him. And that's a key delineation and mark of distinction. With regards to the trades themselves, no, they did not get a good return on JT Miller. We knew they weren't going to. Philip Hedl is not as good a center as Morgan Frost and not as productive. And he has a full concussion history that certainly should be alarming. But I understand the idea of feeling like you have to rip the Band-Aid off and do what's best for your organization and move on. Fine. So you park that trade. The idea hours later, though, that a potentially unprotected 2026 first round pick is burning your hole in your pocket to get a guy that you could have gotten at any point in the last couple of years in Marcus Pettersson, that part is what lost me. You can trade Miller, you can get a poor return, but when you then trade for a pending unrestricted free agent in Pettersson and feel like you might have to then double down and extend him to make the trade worth it, he's not a nearly efficient puck mover enough for me or difference maker to warrant both the asset given up and to think that you've now repositioned this team as a team that can contend. I think the Vancouver Canucks are way worse off today than they were last week. And I think they're a long way from being a team that's anywhere close to the contender category. And there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, I look at the roster and it's like, geez, they went from a dynamic group of forwards to like, well, I guess maybe if Demko's healthy, it's a deeper blue line that had struggled mightily. And
does this feel like them just trying to
what?
Does this feel like, sorry to jump on both you guys, I almost wonder, and we traded Horvat, we got a first, we flipped it right away for Hronek, and that worked out great. Yeah. We're just going to do the same thing and hope it works out again. Trade a player, get a first rounder, move that out, get a player right now. I don't like this one as good as the Hronek deal. I'll tell you. The
difference is Hronek's good and Pettersson's not.
Well, so you don't like Pettersson because defensively people love him. Like no.
They couldn't trade him for the first part of that deal because it was too long and too expensive. Then all of a sudden, he's one of these amazing cases. Then all of a sudden you get to the end of the deal and it's like, oh my God, this is a value deal. How's that happen? Tell me how that works. If a player is truly good, truly impactful, truly game-changing, you're trading for him at any point.
Yeah, I can't pretend to tell you I know a whole lot about.
I just see the defensive metrics. He's very quiet offensively. I get it, but what they needed was someone that could play tough 4 minutes.
5. He's a number 5.
What is he?
He's 5. Okay. Yeah. All right. If he's a 5, that's not a good deal.
That's right. He's a 5. But it does. I wonder what it does to the room, because you hear that JT Miller grates guys. He wears guys down. He's a lot. So there might be a little bit of, decompression in the room, but at the same time, guy's a pretty good player. Maybe wasn't playing to his capabilities this year, but what if he was to turn it around? What if he's the guy that he was near the end of the season, into the playoffs? He's already got 4 points in 2 games for the Rangers. 4 points in
2 games with the Rangers. He is that guy. Ask the Rangers how they feel, their players feel about getting JT Miller today.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing you can say about JT Miller is that he wants to win so damn bad that he's willing to do or get in anyone's face to do it. Willing to do anything. And as annoying as that might be and grating at times, I would much rather try and calm him down and harness him as opposed to try and coax it out of Elias Pettersson.
Yeah, it's the whole you'll take the wild horse and try to train him rather than kick the mule, right?
Who's in on him now?
On Pettersson?
Yeah.
I think there's a whole bunch of teams that would be willing to shake things up in order to do it. I just mentioned the Flyers. I think you'd have to consider them as one. Pick any team that has any lack of anything down the middle Carolina was all over him. I'd have to think if you're Boston, you'd be in the mix trying to call. I think any team that's even in a competitive cycle is saying, hey, Pettersson could potentially make our team better.
Money the challenge, right? At that getting that in this year.
Yeah, getting it in this year, but that's the exciting part about the cap going way up is all of a sudden, not only is that deal a lot more palatable and maybe you're willing to take the risk on, but like I just had a new trade targets board come out today. What about Seth Jones now at $9.5 million? 3 years from now, that's 8% of the cap. 3 years from now, he'll be 33. But the way he effortlessly skates, are you worried about the age curve with him? I'm not.
He's got 4-5 on a good team.
Seth Jones is a 2 all day long.
Really?
All day long and twice on Sunday.
So you think I just heard everyone yelling what a bad the contract
team,
is.
On a cup contending team as a 2 and on most teams as a 1. He plays 25 minutes and 18 seconds a night.
In Chicago. Like you put him in New York, you're moving Taves off the top pair? Colorado, sorry.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Haven't seen him on a strong team. That's the one thing. Goes from the Blue Jackets to Chicago. I'm not sure. Again, I defer to you on that one. Just a quick spin. We sometimes you see teams that struggle. It's like, what are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna have to fire the coach. Okay, well, we'll see what happens there. And Stevie Y has taken some shit this year for what his team looks like and the roster construction. And then on Boxing Day, he fires his coach and brings in Todd McClellan. They've gone 14-4-1 since McClellan came in and replaced Derek Lalonde. This is one that has worked. Now, I don't know, what is that, 19 games? Is that still a small sample size? Or how much you've paid attention to Detroit? But what's happening there? Are you still on a 20 games in? Could you still be a coaching change burst, or has it made all the difference in Detroit?
No, I think it's made a real difference. And I do think that their whole attitude changed. That team all of a sudden started believing. Believing is an interesting word, though, because I'm just not a believer in that defense core. Justin Hall, I just reported last night, Jeff Petrie out 6 to 8 weeks, Ben Sherratt, Eric Gustafsson. They've got 2 good, solid young defenders in Simon Edvinsson and Mo Seider. But they're a long way off from being a truly competitive team. However, doesn't really require much belief or squinting to make the playoffs in the East this year. It's a mess. It's garbage. You've got basically 3 teams in the Metro and 2 teams in the Atlantic. And after that, it's kind of a free-for-all. Maybe you say the top 6 are locked in, but those last 2 spots are up for grabs. The Rangers are squarely in the mix after being left for dead. But it's not just the Red Wings. It's the Bruins. It's the Lightning have not been very good. Columbus, a team that no one thought could compete, they wake up this morning in a playoff spot. Although that Marchenko jaw injury, hopefully he's not out too long. It's wide open for Detroit to burst in. The question is, what are they beyond that? And how can they get to a level where this is sustainable and something that they can reasonably expect year after year? Because they've got some really good prospects coming, but they need a better bridge from here to there.
All right, brother. I know you got a heart out. We're going to get you out of here. Prediction for Sunday.
Oh,
I've got the Eagles by 6.
wow.
Yeah,
I've got the officials spotting the ball wrong 6 times.
I think Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are not as good as they've been in years past. And I think they're going to face the best defense that they've faced all year. And I think Jalen Hurts just needs to play clean and let Saquon do his thing and let Jalen Carter and the rest of that defense rip some faces off.
So you think they can run the ball in that Chiefs D?
I do.
Did you get hotel rooms? I hear hotel rooms are a son of a gun.
Not going to need one. Going and coming back.
Is that
all
right?
in one day.
Wow.
In and out. Quick and dirty. It's what we like about you, pal.
PJ,
Well,
Frank?
What's that?
PJ and
private jet. You
No
got,
PJ, but there's a way to do it.
All right.
And get to Montreal the next day for Four Nations face-off.
Unbelievable.
Makes it look easy.
Good luck, Frank. We'll be thinking about you.
See you guys.
You betcha. There he is, Frank Seravalli, our insider from Daily Faceoff and dailyfaceoff.com. A presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100. Online, crystalclearcalgary.com. And we told you it's going to get cold. When it does, you're going to want these guys, Crystal Waters, to come in, make sure everything's going. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't. And now you're like, geez, those dummies. They told me to do it too, and I didn't. They told me to do it. I watched that stupid show, and they told me to do it. Damn. Not. I mean, now you need them. It's not an I told you so. It's a still do it. It's a still do it. Your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. Thoughts there? Anything from Frank? Flyers, Canucks, anything?
Well, I know that the stats people really like Marcus Pettersson's defensive game, and they've just been so bad on the blue line. Like they scratched Carson Soucy, but all of a sudden everyone slots down better. Tyler Myers can't be playing top pair minutes. He was a 5 in Winnipeg his whole career. He was great there. They had him as a 5 last year with Zadorov. He was great there. They needed some depth on the blue line, but it is not a sexy forward group after those trades. It really isn't, especially if Pettersson's not looking like a 100-point guy.
It has just been one of those years, So they make this trade and they get new guys in. Pettersson plays last night, but Quinn Hughes is hurt, so he has to miss a game. It just feels like they're.
Did they overachieve last year though? Like
Sure they did, but
I'm
they also
all
had
the way back to the year like going into last year.
Talkett's first year, right? Like they
Yeah.
got structure for the first time, and you had great seasons from a lot of their best players. I think Brock Besser's stock got back to where we thought it should be. Demko was sensational till he got hurt. And again, like you look at the record, they've done it without 3 months of Demko, 2 weeks of Miller, infighting between their two best players, some poor play from their defensemen. Hronik's missed 3 months. Like they're not as bad as their number if everyone's healthy, clearly. But I tell you what, it better be a better room after this because you lost the trades.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know what to think of it.
I don't mind.
You had to do something, and that's the thing. The players have got either huge contracts or big terms and no trade clauses, and teams know you're up against it. They're not going to do you a favor. So yeah, you're gonna get a return that doesn't look great. Maybe you at the end of the day you're better off for it. But like you say, okay, win now.
Yeah,
traded away a pretty good player. Better win now.
He's been great in 2 games with the Rangers, as we've noted.
Yeah. And last night, what are they? 1-1, I guess since the trade because they lose in overtime.
Yeah, they had no Quinn Hughes last night. That's tough.
Yeah,
he's
not
clearly
great.
their best player right now.
2 back of the Flames are the Canucks as we sit here with both teams making some trades. Big trades. Blockbusters.
That first round pick, are you surprised though? Like your opinion on that defenseman was that he's worth that?
Well, I think they're going to extend him. It's top 13 protected. The Canucks are clearly in a win now situation. Like I absolutely am against that trade if you're the Calgary Flames, but the Canucks have Besser up this summer, Quinn Hughes in 3 summers, Demko in 2 summers. This whole house cards falls if you're not competitive right away. So it's just in their life cycle. It makes more sense to me. But Pettersson better be a top.
But it's still a first round pick that
top 13 protected.
I know, but
it's they made it right now. Is that the best way you could have used that first round pick is on Marcus Pettersson?
No, I'm not necessarily, but I do think they absolutely were moving that pick immediately. It's just the pressure to win right now is huge based on everything I said, plus the owner's a loon. He'd never want.
I don't know who the guy is. I guess the point is I don't have a clue about his game. And we rant and rave over first rounders. And yes, it's protected, but it's not protected forever. Like, and we're underwhelmed. We expect so much in returns last year with some of the trades that Conroy had to make. And did we get the first, like as much as we thought? Like, I guess what I'm getting at is, what are these first rounders worth? I'm really babbling.
We really talk about them as if they're one thing, and they're not. Like we understand that the first round pick the San Jose Sharks holds in their hand is probably worth 6 or 7 first rounders that the Panthers hold. Like we understand that the 32nd pick is very easy to swing and miss on. And the first overall pick, you're quite likely to get a superstar, or at least a coin flip at a superstar. You probably have a star if you don't. So when we just say first rounder, I agree, Rhett. Like some deals look really light, other deals look good, but it's the Rangers pick. I don't think they're bad. I think there's been some shit going on. I don't look at that roster and say, oh, that's going to be a bad team next year. I think they still got Shesterkin. They still got Panarin. They've got JT Miller now under contract. They still have Fox. They still have Kadri Miller. I sort of look at that as that's most likely to be a pick 25 to pick 30 in the draft. And so for that pick, I don't mind the Canucks going and get a guy they think can play with Quinn Hughes for 25 minutes every night.
There is the other part. Yeah.
14. Ooh, that's.
But it again is so that then you go like Frank was saying, like you said, now you kind of feel like you better sign the guy because you gave up the first.
They intend to begin with, yeah.
So it's like, hope he's good. Hope he's good now. Hope he's good in a few years because this is.
And they got 3 Petterssons now, so clearly they're unlocking some sort of Swedish kroner power that we didn't know about.
Flames had they try and get a couple Hamiltons. How'd that go?
Couple Hamiltons.
Great for the one.
Yeah, the one was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, they had the wrong Niedermeyer, the wrong Bure,
wrong Reinhardt
for sure.
Although wrong Granlund.
Wrong Granlund for sure.
Yeah. Damn. Wrong Primo.
Regeers. We had them both, I guess.
Yeah,
also,
had them both.
Yeah,
had them both. Yeah.
Get the right Warner, not Todd. Yeah.
I heard Trevor was strong though. Just didn't get the eyeballs back in the day. Didn't get everything he needed. Sad. Hate to see it.
Frank's mad at you now, Pinder.
How so?
Elliot was saying on the weekend about the.
I wanted to get to the Kadri thing, not the Rasmus, but he blew up before we got there. I think you have to take calls on Kadri at this point. That contract has too much ability to blow up in your face in 4, 5, 6 years or whatever.
Yeah,
it is. 3, 4, 5 years.
I just like that he's optionable to trade.
100%. We talked about that 2 years ago. It's like, even if you wanted to, could you even do it? And then this year it was like, who's doing who the favor? Is it a neutral asset? The less remaining on it, the more the cap goes up, the more you might get something back.
Well, the other part of it is and Frank said it, and we did a lot of math early in the show, so my math brain has kind of shut off. But that cap jumping up, percentage of cap, it doesn't seem as daunting.
It's crazy how much it's jumping.
Right?
95.5 next year, 104 the following season. That'll be the season that Rasmus Andersson's negotiating under that cap. Keep in mind, 104 million and 113.5 the year after. So jumping 9.5 million,
almost 10 a year.
Yeah, like that's.
What's that going to mean? Because I saw sorry to jump by. What's that going to mean for Canadian teams? Because it's going up for everybody, but it's
the dollar's doing good, Dean. So that's.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean,
so
the thing about the dollar is that we don't know where it's going to be in 2, 3, and 4 years. We can guess, but expectations built into the market. There's no absolute, but it's certainly not great news.
30-year low today, I believe. So that's.
Yeah, I saw.
How many
crashed? I don't know.
A long effing time, Dean. That's how long.
Glad I brought it up. Blue Monday again. Damn.
Another Blue Monday.
Damn it. Could you two put on your GM hats?
Mm-hmm.
If you got them nearby, just pop them on. So let's say it's Friday, Vancouver. Now you just gotta go with me, all right?
Okay.
You get a phone call. Hey, we're looking for defense help. We're in win now mode. We just acquired a first. Where would that get me on Rasmus Andersson?
Nowhere close.
Nowhere close.
I think it's multiple first plus.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't even give you like tickle in your
Maybe if it's San Jose's first, I'm interested. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
I just think because of the cap hit and the term.
Yeah.
I'm with Pinder. He's a great GM. I agree. Yeah, first is not.
And again, I think what you saw yesterday or on the weekend was reflective of that. Like Marcus Pettersson got a lot. They got a lot for him. And I think everyone would much prefer Rasmus to him. And you have the term. And he's the better player. And
I don't just I'm with you all across. I just wonder if it'd be like, well, not straight, but I just wonder if there'd be continued dialogue, or it would be and Vancouver's probably not going to do it, and Flames are not going to do it. But I just wondered, because that was the first. Again, I don't know. You'd love to know. So a first round pick for a defenseman across the league. Who's in that conversation? Well, Marcus Pettersson clearly was, and there was more involved in that deal, but still. It was just kind of, just felt like it worked with Hronek. It kind of felt like a Jimmy Rutherford kind of a thing. Do it again. Can we get a guy? Get it done.
I know that I'm useless at this job, but I don't know who Marcus Pettersson is. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know what kind of player he is. Like,
despite all your rounds,
I have the
rounds. You got to call the Eastern Conference.
In all the rounds I've shot,
nothing.
Never heard his name. No one brings him up.
Shoot. Jack, you're a big Penguins guy. What?
He's a nobody, Rhett. He's
exactly. He's a tall, skinny kid.
He is very skinny and very tall.
Very skinny.
Like 170, 6'4", or something like that.
175, 6'3", 175. Like, and
I think on Twitter,
and you're almost 30. Like, you should have filled out.
No one's been hit more in his career than Pettersson. That's like the crazy stat someone went and found.
That's what you want. Yeah.
I mean,
God, it's easy to T-bar.
It's not easy to find.
Hey, you know what? I hope it works out for Vancouver. I really do. I'd hate if this blew up in their face.
Well, at least they got Drew O'Connor. O'Connor's menswear?
Which one is that? Is that Logan's?
Logan
boy
or
Calgren? Yeah. Service Credit Union has brought it back. It's the big share contest. It's in full swing. Your chance to win $1 million just by saving money. Anybody can enter to win by becoming a member and start saving with Service. Every $500 saved gives you 5 entries into the Service Big Share contest. The whole thing ends on April 30th, 2025. Skill test required. For rules, go online, visit service.ca/win. So what you do is, hey, you know what? I'm going to take what I got. I'm going to go to Service Credit Union, say, let's get this thing rolling. And by the way, what about the big share contest? Well, yes, sir, madam, here's what we're going to do. You know, maybe you can double your entries. We have a little TFSA or an RSP. You can set up your paycheck for automatic deposit into your account, earn bonus entries, fast track those savings, high yield savings account, a GIC. Promotions on right now during the contest period. They want your business, and they want to also let you know you could win $1 million just by saving money. Service.ca/win. It's the website right there.
$1 million. I mean,
yeah. Yep. You know who has a few of those is Jonathan Huberdeau.
Yeah, like 10.5 American a year. Yeah.
Probably in his. Boy, I wonder what the checking. Think you go there, be like, sorry, insufficient funds. What? Probably not happening for old Johnny boy right now. Stat came up during the game. It's a little, hey, did you know? And it was really. Because we know, Huberdeau's leading the team in points. And okay, but not a lot of points, comparatively speaking. I know they showed on the broadcast last night. I think that basically Huberdeau leading the Flames. That's the lowest point total for a player to be leading his team in scoring. But nonetheless, he's doing it. Personal best scored last night. Fewest games in his career to reach the 20-goal plateau. The previous high for him, 55 games. In 2021, he reached 20 goals. This year in 52 games. So we're watching a historic Huberdeau right now in Calgary.
It's hard after the 115 point thing. But
is it?
It's been much better.
He's doing great, Ryan.
But it's good. I didn't say points. Record.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, that's definitely he's on pace for his greatest goal scoring season.
Goals, yeah.
Which goals, apparently they matter a lot, I'm being told.
The more of them you get, it seems like, especially with this team, your goalie, it's better for him when you score more. And then if you score more, more wins seem to come in there.
They come in bunches
They can, especially
and goals.
Those power play goals. Streaky, come in bunches. Yeah.
Well, we're all happy for him, aren't we?
Yes.
That's the important thing. That he's got our support and belief.
I don't know what else could matter. It's
No.
everything. What happened to Coronado there? Where it's like it looked like you're like, is this guy hurt? And then he was out the next shift flying at full speed. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I think did he have the boomer calf cramp?
It had to be a cramp. Like honestly, now that you say that, nothing else makes sense.
Like sniper fire from the second deck.
Debilitated and back out the next shift. I've never seen anything like it. I'm like, holy shit! If him and Zeri are cooked, that's like big trouble for this. Oh, he's back. Okay,
I've been there.
crawling to the bench.
I have been there. Most embarrassing ever all time was in Edmonton at that ballpark, whatever that thing's called.
Commonwealth?
No, baseball. Whatever the baseball thing is there. I was there with my buddy Cam Moon. It was a hot day. It was a hot day. You know what happens, then you get dehydrated.
Yeah.
I wasn't hydrated enough. So I had to go up a couple of rows to where seats, so you could go all the way back out the row and then up the stairs and then back in, or you could just over the seats right there. So as I went to lift the old leg and then plant and move up and then push off with the other one, you know, it's kind of like almost like a heel raise, right? You do one of those
calf raise.
Boom, down. Nothing I could do. Couldn't plant myself. Fell backwards right into the row. Hit my head on the chair and the handle of the thing.
Sniper? What got him?
Sniper rifle just right in my right calf. Damn.
Poor thing.
And then for like the next 24 hours, it'll give you one of these. Oh, no. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Just calm down, everyone. Nothing to see here. Move on with your day. No. Got it. No,
See, we needed camera phones back.
Yeah, that would have made the Pinder Report. That's too bad.
Just breathe.
Does breathing help with the cramp?
I don't
Everything.
think so.
Breathing helps with everything.
Yeah, just in through the nose, out through the out with the bad area. With the
Basically meditating and forgetting the pains there. That's all you're doing with breathing.
Well, it's mental strength you got there. Boom.
Man, it was bugger.
How long did it take? What was recovery?
It was about 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Almost as bad as my street ball injury, my calf injury.
Street ball.
Yeah. Little
Needed
cul-de-sac.
Isn't that when you needed the boot?
That's right. Retro, you got one of them air boots. You got one of them walking cast dealios. Because I got a thing going on in my calf. Oh, Boomer's calves. It's not all fun and games, people. It's not all fun and games and shits and giggles. I'll tell you right now. You
You're
can be out there
talking about her bad back. Oh, you think these are easy, huh? You think this is fun?
You'd be out there, everybody's, we're having a little potlucky deal, and it's a nice day, middle of summer, get everybody together for a little neighborhood little get together, playing some hoops. Oh, big boy's driving to the rack. Goes up for the old little easy lay-in, and the only way I can explain what it felt like is like, I don't know who it could have been, would have been standing right there and swung a baseball bat and hit me right in the back of the leg.
Jeez.
Or if somebody had like again, just what goes through your head. Who hit me? Who's the son of a bitch? Who did it? Who hit me with a bat or had a slingshot with a pool ball and hit me right on the calf muscle? Who did it?
Her boyfriend found out, Dean.
And why?
So I did the hippity hop over to a lawn chair and then sat myself down with the leg out.
Straight.
Just breathe.
Sweating.
Gotta breathe.
In with the good, out with the bad air, in with the good. I lived like 5 houses down, needed a car ride home. So maybe people think about that next time you're handing out jokes about my calves.
Or playing street ball.
Or just
Be
lean
careful.
into those jokes with your calves, and now you got a little more meat to the story.
I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but you know what? That ended my street ball career.
You're done.
All
Haven't
right.
done it since.
Jack doesn't invite you out in the summer.
Now, does that
Nope.
make you smart, or are you giving up too soon?
No, no. Well,
John likes to quit it.
you know, you get a few seltzers in, you get a few barn burner blondes deep, and gosh, I probably still got it, you know.
I mean, you got the look.
Show my
You
Luka
got the look, dude.
my Luka Doncic out there.
That's a
Anthony
hell of a deal.
Davis.
Holy.
That's
Anyway,
how the ballers do it.
that's right. Anyway. God damn it. Kicked my thing out. Are you
How's
gonna get
the
our headphones or
dog?
what?
With this cold weather, Dean, you've always said
Well, that dog hates cold weather.
the one.
I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna
but
do
what
a
about
read with this cold weather.
What about the other dog, with the hairy dog and the non-hairy dog?
Rhett's
Like,
orphan. How's he doing?
both.
I have 2 dogs. One of them despises the cold. Despises it. Does the old tippy tip, tippy tip, tippy toe at the door. Let me in. And then races to his beanbag in front of the fireplace. And the other one, a Bernese Mountain Dog, goes out and I've been waiting for this all year. This is great. What do you want? No, I'm good. Fuck off. I'm good. Just let me know when it's time to eat. I'll be right here. It's amazing. They love it. It could be snowing, freezing cold. They just sit there. This is so good.
Mm.
They'd be good at that Wim Hof stuff that you,
Yes.
that you talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
They'd love it. They'd love it. You should get one of those dogs. You could do all your cold plunge and all that stuff. He'd be right there with you. You want this one?
It
Trade.
shat on your rug last week. I'm not sure.
It did.
Oh boy.
That's operator error, though.
Hmm.
As I told you last week, kids come home. Oh, hi, dog. I'm going to my room for 7 hours. I don't know if you need to go outside or not. I'm just going to assume you don't.
It takes a lot out of me to open the door here.
Yeah, I'd have to go and open the door, and you'd go out.
What am I going to do while you're out there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough.
That's
tough
heavy.
deal. Yeah. What about are you going to go get? Yeah, I'm going to go get our. I'm going to go get our headphones, our ear monitors at Hearing Loss Clinic. I'm going to go to the hearing loss. I'm going to pick them up.
You check the weather?
What was last week? Rhodesies.
I missed
Rhodesy sends me a
Monday.
text. Hey, you guys, you got to come pick these things up.
Well, Thursday I was going to, and I didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Right.
Friday
You were
was
going
Hawaiian,
to.
was Hawaiian Shirt Day,
Right.
and I didn't.
Yeah, we were at the BMO
Right.
Center.
Yeah, that's right. You buy anything?
I didn't get a motorcycle, did you?
Oh, I got a side by side and a street bike.
Sure.
Really?
You did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Big day.
You're going to want hearing protection then, though. You know, if
You're
you're out
damn
your
right I
side
do.
by side, re, high, or why, re, you're going to need some, be safe. Safen up, Rhett.
you can get it even for operating the snow blowers and stuff in today's
For
day.
sure. It's just time to think differently about it, you know? You wear, I'm going to be working a chainsaw. Are you wearing eye protection?
Yeah.
Well, sure, yeah.
Or
Do you ever
ear.
stop and think, well, what about you? Probably not. We just got to start thinking. We just got to be smarter. We just need to be smarter. We're wearing hard hats. We're wearing eye protection. We'll want steel-toed boots, all these sorts of things to be safe. But it does feel like our hearing, we don't necessarily go there at the same rate. Harry, an incredible rate is what we should be doing. 5 hearing loss clinic locations in Calgary, the new Chinook location at the corner of McLeod and Glenmore, 5 in B. So there's, okay, wait.
5 and 5.
5 in BC.
Dean, they're growing at an alarming rate. An incredible rate.
It's an incredible rate. 5 in location. So there's 5 BC, 5 in Calgary. Unbelievable. 55 hearing loss clinic locations.
That's
I'm not
an alarm.
go to hearingloss.ca for the exact addresses and all that before you just start driving around. There's 55 of them. I'm going to find one somewhere. Travis and Sabrina, they are the very best. They give back to the community. They're the best at what they do in terms of hearing loss and hearing protection. Start changing the way you think. Get out there, be sociable, hear everything, especially the hearing aids and stuff. And you may it's not even about hearing aids. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe you're like Rhett Warner. You go in there like, dude, you got a bunch of stuff in here, but once we got all that jimmied out,
Yeah, amazing how much you can hear when you do clean that stuff.
you're doing great.
You know, that your grandma's change purse, they got that out of there. That helped a ton.
It's just a
I hate
hacky
the
sack.
change purse. Why is it still around? It
Oh,
shouldn't
we
be
talked
allowed.
Why is change still around?
It's
We talked about last week. Change.
Annoying.
Doesn't change. Like if you had a dime, what are you doing with it? Maybe using it as a screwdriver. Like that's what it's devolved. It's like
yeah. If you're in the dressing room and the helmet falls apart,
yes.
maybe.
Everybody got a dime.
No,
They're hard
God,
to
who has
find.
dimes? Yeah, I kept one in my my kit here. So I
Yeah.
keep my dimes.
Because you can't buy anything with it.
You
Dean.
can't buy a screwdriver with it. You can use it
No.
for one. So the dollar's at a what? How many low?
I had a little bounce back. The market got crushed this morning in the US, but it's still under 70 cents.
Is there something going on we need to know
Lots
about?
going on. Yeah, tariffs apparently.
Oh,
We're
but
starting
the
to figure out
next-
how they work. I
They
think.
had a talk.
Sheriff?
The southern border people had a talk. It's not going to be as bad as they suspected. Maybe.
Well, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
great news.
That's good. Everything's good.
Never boring. Everything's great.
How did you make out, Ryan, on the weekend?
Great. Yeah,
Aside
it
from
was-
the kid ignoring you and going shirtless in the weather.
yeah, that's normal though, and that's. But yeah, the mama bear was in Paris for 5 days. I was hoping she'd extend for another week because we were really hitting our stride. It was going great.
Nice. Nice.
Got Aussie Nans here. Oh yeah,
Well, that
She's-
doesn't sound like.
Wasn't she
zipping
just
out
here?
Vegemite toast in the morning. She got here on Saturday. Mama bear back yesterday.
God bless the in-law, but I'm kind of would
Wasn't
be
she
leaning
just here?
towards. I would be selling the. I got this. I don't. I'm good.
So that I think the order of things was very backwards. This her trip, grandma's trip had been planned for like 6-8 months, and Paris came up very quickly. So
As trips to Paris do.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been since I was 25.
Mine, the time I went to Paris, it was very short. It was like 2
Just-
days.
Should probably go.
2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was horseshit against Pittsburgh and cost us a series win, so I cleared out of town. It's a
Oh,
safe thing to do.
Yeah, City of Love or something. Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, go.
Did something happen to your wife? Did she cost someone a championship and had to jet out in a hurry? Or
No, I think her and her business partner they had a conference of some sort, and she tagged along.
no? I thought you were going to say a falling out. They had a
No,
bit of a
definitely
falling
not.
out and
No,
just needed some space, kind of like us. Sometimes you just
And,
need some space.
and the
Rose needs
comedian
space
was
when it's
good.
-30. Eh?
Yeah. What's that, right?
The comedian was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah. Mom Bear, she said, he was good. Do you think he was sell out an arena good? Because there's a
Do you-
certain kind of comedy
Mhm.
that he has.
I like him. I like him.
Yeah.
Very funny man.
But I was actually thinking about, because you were there, I was actually thinking about, all right, because this has been discussed before, comedians in massive venues,
Yeah,
better or worse? Typically worse, achievable,
honestly, music too. Like, you
Yeah.
get a tight venue, like it just kills everything.
Yeah. But it did kind of, I was saying, I don't know if it was on the show. It felt like maybe he was working on some stuff.
but
Which is like, oh, it's a pretty big show to be working on stuff. But I don't know where he's going to go. Are you just doing a little improv, sliding in there? That's maybe what you
That's
do
what they
if you're in
do.
New York. But
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
no, he did Vancouver, sold that one out. Was at the Climate Pledge Saturday night, sold it out. So it's just arenas everywhere.
It's money. It's good money apparently,
Yeah, I would guess.
because they weren't free tickets, right?
No,
were you paying American dollars, Dean? For
I went on a secondary, no free plugs, but I went and found some tickets on a thing because it was sold out, right? So you had to go and find whatever you call those secondary ticket dealios. But it was all right.
Hmm.
He's a big Eagles fan. He's very excited.
Oh,
for
good.
baseball. Yeah.
Mm.
Is he convinced that the fix is in or no?
Didn't really get into it.
Because Bill Burr was on with Rich Eisen.
Right? Yeah,
Great chat.
yeah.
Bill's not having any of this Chiefs nonsense.
Yeah,
I got your back, Billy.
that's right. Yeah. No, he was he is a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. That didn't go well.
No, it didn't.
He's hoping for better this time around. He's hoping because, of course, if that were to happen again, what might it be? It might be
Gross.
Could be gross. His Trump's getting better, which is probably not shocking.
It's the best.
Justin. So who's the guy who are you gonna? Who's the new guy gonna be? It was one guy. What's his? Pierre Poliver. What's his first? Pierre. You're getting a frog. What are you guys doing? Well, like what? Jeez, you get out from under one now. Jeez. What are we thinking, guys? A frog. Well, who's to say? Maybe old JT will have a big bounce back here.
I thought he already resigned.
Have a big couple weeks. You never know.
I don't think he's bounced. I thought he was quitting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, he's.
He did come out and say some things yesterday, so I don't know. Yeah, they're just gonna not have Parliament at a time we probably need to have Parliament. Good
Well,
work.
him and the boss in the States are having a big chat today, aren't they? So
I bet you they're great pals. Probably
Are
see
they
the world
having a
similarly.
chin wag?
smooth sailing.
Yeah, that's generally when you get a lot of things accomplished. Is when you're a lame duck and you've already quit. That's when you really make some points that are taken
Put your best
seriously.
foot forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving and I don't really give a shit. But you
This
know
is my
what?
2 weeks of notice. I'll be working very hard.
I have some thoughts about what you're doing right now. Do you? Well, we should definitely sit down. Let's get Scott's very serious. The Pinder Report.
Mhm.
Yep.
Pinder Report brought to you
serious.
by Village Honda. I wanted to check that they've got some used vehicles. And my understanding is we like having them. We'd be happier if you had them.
You should have
You,
them,
the
'cause
customer. That's right. We do a lot to bring them in. We offer, sometimes it's trips or cruises, trips to Vegas, this sort of thing, and we get top dollar. We'll buy your used vehicle, that sort of thing. So we love having them. But the only thing we like better is when you have them. That's what they're doing right now, is trying to blow out some used vehicles. They've got the in-stock inventory where, of course, it's always MSRP. I mean, always. Don't go in there. What about today? Still MS? Dude, every day.
Drop it.
You keep coming in here every day asking. I guess, yeah, what are you? Yes. New vehicle pricing is MSRP today. See you tomorrow. They won't be that dickish to you.
They're like matchmakers, right, Dean? They're just happy when they can get
They're
you.
so
into the-
happy. Yeah, they are so happy. Swipe right. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I think so.
Swipe right. When it comes to used cars, you and Village Honda, your dealership for life. I've never even been on that thing.
Or do you
Should
just
I
click it?
Or just click? Do you click it?
Because if you swipe,
Too
doesn't it-
old. I don't know. People tell us about these apps. You never had to.
If you swipe, then it's gone, isn't it?
I think if you
I
swipe
don't know.
one way, they're out, and you swipe the other, they're.
Oh,
Winners.
okay. Gotcha.
But that was the app that probably everyone used 10 years ago. Not anymore. I don't even know.
Is it?
No idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you'd know if you.
Hmm.
Blissful. What is
That's right. Yeah.
love? Yeah.
A lot of my shit don't work anymore either, too. So there's that.
Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, so you swiped, and here we are. Now what? Crickets. I don't know. You want to do a puzzle?
Love puzzles.
It's a Pinder Report.
Send over to FlamesNation.ca, Dean.
Dean!
When we
Is that okay, Dean?
Is that all right with you, Dean? Hey, everyone's Mr. Sunshine.
Don't be making any trades and giving away picks right now for guys in their mid-20s. It doesn't make any sense, Dean. Is it okay if I want to win, Dean?
They won last night, Dean,
Oh.
against a team on the second of back-to-back, which they've done once prior this year. Now 2-5 on the second half of back-to-backs. And yeah, it looked like it could have been a romp after getting a few fortuitous goal reviews. They still stayed at 3 and needed a save in the final seconds to preserve a regulation win.
3.
And Vladar, first win since what, December 10? It's a while ago.
Do they have a mental hurdle with 3 goals? Is that a...
I sort of thought they were starting to look like they were hitting a wall physically more than anything.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, here we go.
One man's take.
Some of the best conditioned athletes in the world, and God forbid they have to play back-to-back.
I like their effort. With
Yeah,
all of
especially
that
the
said,
start.
because clearly the record would suggest that things have been a little tricky in those back-to-backs. I kind of liked their oomph.
I do have a question for you. Did you notice the highest paid Kraken and the guy that they went and gave a 7-year contract to in free agency at all?
You love hammering this guy.
He had a
Only-
shot I saw once.
I looked up only because he made a pass. I was like,
Carson Soucy?
there's Chandler Stevenson. It was a kind of a backdoor play. They didn't score on it, but he did have a puck touch, which was all right, I guess. Is it as bad as they say? Has it gone that poorly?
I don't know. That's why I asked. I mean, it's year 1 of 7 is the problem. These are supposed to be the gravy years, not the I'm old and I'm not nearly as good as when I signed this deal.
He's under the I signed a new deal. I got a big contract, and I'm really trying to do too much era of the contract, right?
Yeah, and those are things we saw with Uyghur. We saw a much more prolonged one with Huberdeau.
He plays in all situations. He had some short-handed time. He had some power play time, 20 minutes and 46 seconds. He had 1 shot on net. He's there. He's a big part of their team.
There might not have been a more confusing moment in the game than when Igor Sharangovich scored, we think.
That was, yeah.
Ryan Pike tried to summarize it, which was brilliant. That's impossible to read, but
Very blurry.
I'll try to do it because I did send this to Jack at one point.
Very blurry.
Very
blurry. Can you give us the
essentially there was a power play for the Flames. He scores, but also gets slashed on the goal.
Right.
And then we had to review for goalie interference. There's
Which
a timeout that took before
Timeout.
doing that.
Wait, we had the timeout before the review.
That's right.
And then the review.
I've got
and
it. If you want to hang, it's a lot.
All right.
Sharangovich enters the zone on the power play. Scoops,
Pike.
whiffs. As the puck trickles through Decord and into the net, Alexiak slashes him. The goal wipes out the existing power play. The slash is now a new power play. Seattle calls timeout to review footage. Now challenging for goalie interference. No goaltender interference. Full 5-on-3 for 2 minutes because, of course, the goalie interference is a delay of game if it's not actually goalie interference. Huberdeau scores. 5-on-4 continues. Yeah, the hockey gods enjoyed the Flames a lot more yesterday than prior games this year. It was a lot. It was a lot, Dean. I know. Dean? Hello? Okay, I'm going to hit you with some gross food if you don't get up quick.
Send the dogs
Thank
in
you.
there.
Standings look like this.
What were you saying? Chandler Stevenson, just the shits. What?
2 points. Game's even. Flames and Canucks battling for the final wild card. Utah and Seattle are quite a ways back now. Anaheim's kind of even pushing up into their neighborhood.
How about the Blues?
Les Bleus.
Even the Blues have fallen back.
Blues are done. If we'd have scored, we'd have had those points. We'd be.
I know.
LA Red is what you would be. Kings hold 2 games in hand. They're 1 point up on the Flames, and the Flames have 3 games until a 15-day break in the schedule. That's a lot.
They could be 1 back of Colorado.
Here's what she looks like.
And Los Angeles.
That's a big black hole for 2 weeks because they don't play a single game from Saturday the 8th until Sunday the 23rd.
And none of them are good enough to make a 4 Nations team, so everybody's off, basically.
Black
so it's
hole,
awesome.
black hole.
Rasmus is going. We'll see if Uyghur
He'll
goes.
fake an
Black
injury
hole.
eventually. It'll be fine. Everyone
No,
Everyone's
they'll
gonna
take-
fake
on the
injuries.
boat. Let's go.
take
Greek
Doughty.
Isles. Greek
Doughty
Island.
wants to go,
Counts.
so they'll take Doughty.
Go anywhere for 2 weeks this time of year. 2 weeks.
Where do you want to
I'd
go?
love to go.
Where are
We
we
should
going?
go somewhere, actually.
All right,
As a group,
done.
we
Let's
should.
go to Australia. We're going to Aussie Brads. We're going to get
Jesus,
absolutely
that's
pissed
too
up and do
far.
the show at 2
That
a.m.
seems heavy. I'm not know if I'm ready for that.
Die.
Not
Get
that.
bit by a wallaby or something.
So, like, we have to beat Toronto or Colorado this week then.
Both would be great. Neither would be tough. And then you got Seattle before the break.
How are we feeling about that? Oh,
Those are two
About
good
this
teams.
week of action ahead? Is that what you mean?
yeah.
Tomorrow, Toronto. Thursday, Colorado. Saturday, Seattle. See you in
Now.
2 weeks.
Toronto was in.
Edmonton.
Edmonton, they won by a 4-3 score on Saturday. That ended a 3-game losing streak. But they'd
Whoa.
won 3 straight before that and had lost 3 straight. Very streaky.
Stricken.
Streaky.
Good teams, safe to say.
Yeah.
I think we're waiting for Colorado to hit stride. They really haven't.
That's because they made that shitty trade.
Maybe. Nature, I mean, it's very early, but Nature's has been great there.
They beat Philly yesterday. Philly doesn't score, as Frank was talking about.
Sure,
3
no, they
straight
do.
games.
And
They
they've
haven't scored a
packed it
goal.
in, so.
Yeah. But old, there it is. Yeah.
Speaking of the Flyers, last 4 games, 4 goals. In fact, last 3 games, 0. Eagles, meanwhile, 8 touchdowns in one game. It's, seems
And
tough.
that's the same city.
Seems
right?
easier to score a goal in hockey than a touchdown. What about the same? What do we think?
No, I don't
Probably
know.
easier
I think it'd be easier.
Yeah. New guys, how they done? Let's take a peek. Morgan Frost scored last night. This is not everything. It's 2 games. They came in red hot. 5 shots, too. Really, you're noticing him on the man advantage, dude. Going to be an asset on the power play. Zone entries, puck movement. Like
Did you say asshat?
asset?
Oh.
You're an asshat. An asset to the
It's
show.
true.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing's across the
Complete.
board in the Saturday
Whoa.
opener for Farabee. 3 shots last night. The interesting part of the deal for me is what is Joel Farabee, because it's the guy I've heard the widest range of opinions on. To like, he can play with the best on your team. He plays up well with talent. To there was not much of a market for him with that contract, so I don't know what to expect from him.
I don't like his number.
86. It's very Josh Juris-esque, isn't it?
Yeah.
And just to jump in, like I would say, now you talked about, so he's skilled enough to play up the thing, but he's whatever because of the contract. Just take away the contract. What is he? He's here. He's going to get paid.
Yeah. What is
Now?
this?
What are you? Right?
Yeah,
They've got
so are you
cap
a second
space.
line winger? Are you a third line winger?
Yeah.
One of the two, probably.
If I was rolling the dice, I think he's got the ability to be a top 6 guy. I do. I'm with Frost. I'm not sure.
Oh.
What's
But
that?
I'd like
The only reason they picked him up is because he's from Conroy's part of the world.
which Farabee?
Yes.
Farabee.
Favoritism, Connie.
What do you think they call him? Because obviously it's Frosty. Are they playing Frosty the Snowman when he scores?
I hope so.
Regardless.
They got to be. It's a banger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing gets the crowd going.
Farbs.
Farab.
Beezer. Beezy.
So what's interesting is apparently these guys are like thicker than thieves, besties in
Honey.
Philly.
Honey.
Honey.
Honey. Honey, won't you open that?
Call him
door?
Honey. B.
Ricky
He's a
Skaggs.
bee. They make honey.
Not the most menacing nickname I've ever heard for a guy.
Which makes it even better.
Honey.
Like the Jackie Bear.
And you played with a Beezer before.
Mm-hmm.
Was he manly? How's his wife? Is
I
she
was gonna say,
nice,
after
sweet?
you
Very
spilled
nice
cheese all over
lady.
his chest, he probably got a little manly.
She was, yeah.
What about with the spinach dip on her dome? Does it
Wow.
affect her mood?
Accident.
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 Wrong place, wrong time.
Sometimes.
Your fault.
You're sorry. You were saying something about Frost there, Dean. I did want to hear that.
That's
Kinda
great
on this now.
insight.
Were you provoked to do the dip, or was it just kind of one of those? It'd be great right now is if somebody took a bowl of spinach dip on the head, and she just is right there,
much like the comedian you saw on Saturday? I was practicing her
working on material.
Workshop.
Yeah. What do you?
Workshopping.
Yeah, workshopping that.
Yeah.
Is it still in your repertoire? Did you kind of think, no, it's probably not going to work long
It's stuck in there for a long time. I still remember Dr. Dan. I put a ladle of chili on his head. That was really good. Turned into full-fledged food fight. Like one of the best food fights you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Right out of the movies.
Yeah.
Right out of the movies, Ryan.
For me, I can tell you the biggest part of the trade for me as an old and longtime radio guy. Are you aware of who Morgan Frost's dad is?
Yes. The old man, legendary pipes.
He's Andy Frost. He was the host of Overnight on the Rock Radio Network. So when I was working in radio, you'd get to midnight and then you'd go to the satellite and there would be Andy Frost with the pipes. Remember he did he ended up doing the ACC, the Leafs.
I was just going to say, he was the
PA. His pipes are just, you know what? I still fill right up.
You what?
Ryan, back to you.
Thanks, Dean.
It's the Pinder Report.
Trades the Canucks made. Let's quickly glance at them again. We've sort of dragged it out with the insider, but there it is. It's Miller, Brandstrom, and Dorrington off to the Rangers in exchange for Hedel, Mancini, who made the team out of camp, but is a very raw young player. And the first that they immediately flopped, no salary retained. If it's a top 13 pick this year, it slides to next year.
It's going to cost them a lot to put all those letters on the jerseys, eh? Because I think they stack them, so it's like 2 for every 1 letter. Brandstrom, Dorrington. Jeez, I hope.
Well, then you got away jerseys, third jerseys.
Feel for the equipment guy.
It's tough one.
Yeah.
Next deal: Pettersson and Drew O'Connorian, the conditional first. Heinen, Vinny Desharnais. and
Melvin.
Melvin Fernstrom.
That's not a real guy.
That's totally a fake human. That's like when the CFL drafted a dead guy.
That's not a real guy.
No.
We'll give
Melvin
you Desharnais
here. No.
Heinen and Melvin Fernstrom. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm Melvin Fernstrom. I'm calling from your bank. You're like, this is fraud. That's not a real.
As long as we're getting that first round pick, I don't care who else you send. Yeah, we'll give you Desharnais, Heinen, and Felgen Stemstrom.
Another deal. Another wrong brother for the Flames got moved. San Jose, they're moving. Cody Ceci and Mikael Granlund off to Dallas. A first rounder and a conditional fourth that can upgrade to a third if Dallas gets to the final. You remember those stipulations? If Dallas can just get to the final, God damn it.
They never do.
Vancouver, if they can get to the Western Final, God damn it. That's a significant pair of ads for Dallas. Granlund.
That's the good Granlund.
That is good Granlund.
That's the one you wanted.
That's the one you wanted. Yeah.
That's the GG. Good Granlund. And the
CC.
CC.
Is that the good CC?
Well, I don't know if they can put him on the third pair. I like that CC better than the one we saw in top 4 minutes last year in Edmonton.
So is that a lot?
I love seeing him as a top 4 in Edmonton.
In Edmonton, yes. In Dallas, if they're playing Edmonton, I want to see him on the third pair. I'd like to CC him beat his old club.
BCC. So that's first rounder and a fourth rounder. So Dallas will trade firsts, just not to Calgary.
Yeah, and not for Tanev, but yes for Granlund and
Granlund. I feel like they need a CC and a Granlund in Dallas, right? Jimmy Nill's smart guy. I'm not here to debate you, Jerry, but feels like a lot to me. I don't know. Do you need those guys? Cody Ceci? Are there no good defensemen available in the league right now? Marcus, freaking
show some patience.
Conroy, you know what Conroy could get? A bajillion. You guys are right. Like 9 first rounders. If you're getting firsts for Cody freaking Ceci in a deal and for
Michael
Marcus
Pettersson.
Pettersson.
Rasmus Ristolainen is probably the
Melvin
biggest name out there
French
too. We talked about Philly. No way he's hanging around. First for Risto?
Goodness.
What a great asset management for Briere if that turns out to be the case. A first for.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave up one to get him, but yeah, or at least the guy before him did. But Hartman, bad news. Bears. Ryan Hartman, you're a greaseball. This is not good. Watch his face off against Tim Stützle, the German. Bang, elbow to the back of the head, smash your face into the ice. Brady Kachuk's right there. If he saw that go down better, he would have been.
That's what Seth freaking Jarvis did to Roman Reigns on Sunday night or Saturday night, whatever it was.
Seth Jarvis did?
Yeah, no, it's Seth Rollins.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, okay, I was Rollins.
Like, Jarvis got in the ring with Roman.
So Raw was in Raleigh? Whatever.
No, the OTC. He took a curb stomp on the floor and on the stairs from.
There's your Frank Baum, Dean. He's going to get an in-person hearing, meaning they can go time.
Frank Baum. Well, it's a Frank Baum. Frank Baum, baby, big Frank Baum. Yeah. It's a Frank Baum. Get ready for a big Frank Baum.
What if we all dance like this?
That's not a Frank Baum, like though. That comes from the league.
Yeah, it's not a Frank Baum. He just wanted to play it.
I don't like this wide screen shot.
Yeah, because it looks like
I can see all the other junk because I had it all set up nice.
Can we go full screen to Rhett, please, Jack?
Collector's edition.
Yeah. What is it?
Golf bag.
Oh, is it? It's kind of hard to tell from that.
Limited edition.
Go Cats.
23rd out of 200. You know why it was 23rd? Because I was 23, just like MJ.
23
Exactly.
what? Beers deep?
Oh, I went from 45 to 23. Like
There's that better. Jack's cropping you.
Thanks, Jack.
Nice job, Jack.
Feel bad for Ryan Hartman, though. Back to you, Ryan.
Do you?
After the reverse DDT?
The ice?
Just trying to win a face-off here. Like,
Yeah. And old Stutzla was leaking.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I
Hope he's all
loved
right, though.
Razor's line. Did you have any Rob Ray?
I do not. It was awesome, though. I watched a bunch of it.
Yeah. When I was coming off the ice bleeding, it wasn't red, it was blue and gold.
Yeah, you're damn right.
It was pretty cool.
I was so
Got
happy.
emotional. He's like, you got to stop doing this or I'm going to be crying.
My mom and dad are here. Gave up so much for me. Love it.
Okay. You guys don't see a heavy hit? Some people say there's not heavy hitting anymore. Oh, that hurts. Sorry, Dean.
That's exactly how I landed when I slipped walking my dog.
Them damn dogs. You
My
love having
ribs.
dogs, but they're nothing but a pain in the ass by the sounds of it.
You'd like offload one if you got one, Rhett, and realized it was a lot of work, probably, hey?
I'd take it back now because it's only going to live for a year or two more.
Take it.
Jack, are we getting flagged by PETA today?
Why?
Such a jerk.
Dogs don't
Brandon
die in
Stott
your
was on
world?
waivers last week. Nobody wanted him until his contract was terminated, and then everybody wanted him. Everybody wanted
Pick
him.
him up.
Expiring this year, 1 year. What is it? A prorated $2 million, Vegas. That is a very Vegas-y type of move, isn't it? Back to you, Dean.
Well, and again, what do you turn down? 4.5, $5 million, bucks, 5.4.
Rest of this year and next year, although the money was less than the AV, but still like around $5 million. He said,
Yeah. Yeah, it was what, 3 and something real money. So
Yeah.
I guess it's a little different, but gosh, that's
no, it's a lot because he had money this year that he gave
guy
up too. Right?
hates Springfield. Just hates it down there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to the A.
No.
To be fair, if you can play for the Vegas Golden Knights or the Springfield Falcons, I think we're on the same page as old Sauter there.
That is a brilliant move by Sod. He's set himself up now for retirement mode. He's got a year to go show that he can play, have a chance at winning a cup, sign an extension. Worst case scenario, you're living in Vegas.
If
instead of
he's lucky, you know
he'll
what?
save that tax.
If everything goes his way and if he's lucky, the next Anthony Mantha. Go to Vegas, go into the playoffs, and then cash in. A big old deal.
Break your knee and get paid to not work all year.
Ouch.
Ow!
Somebody hit me with a bat. Somebody hit me with a slingshot and a pool ball.
Yeah, that's what it was. Tonight, what do we got? Oh, it's prime game. One game. That's it.
Ooh.
That's all.
Just one.
Uno. The one.
Game.
Which is too bad because it's cold and probably I'd sit on my couch and watch more than one.
Oh.
No
All
Monday Night
right.
Football.
Got my attention. Ottawa on a playoff spot. Nashville getting Rhett cheese toast.
Oh, how
It's two of our
drunk
favorite
is
games.
Noodles right now? Is it in Nashville?
This, I believe, is in Nashville. We've got
Just
the odds as well.
trashed. I'm going to text them right now. How hammered are you?
Yeah. Are you in the pub already?
Yeah.
I texted him yesterday. He was not mincing words. He might have been in the bag. This is moving. This continues to move. Last night, Ottawa was plus 110. Last I checked, it was minus 105. So money coming in on the Sens on the road tonight. I will get you the latest and greatest. Kind of. NHL. Yeah, there it is. Back to changing a bunch.
So you can compress these camera shots, Jack? But then it kind of looks kind of wonky, I guess.
Minus
Yeah.
105 there now. So money continues to move towards the Sens.
See, now, just to go back, I'm an idiot. We're an idiot.
We're an idiot.
Noodles is not going to be calling the prime game
On Prime.
tonight, right? He says, I'm in Tampa calling the game tomorrow. By hammered, are you saying drunk or busy?
Oh,
So he's on the beach drunk instead of.
That's
He's
right.
pretty professional, though.
He kind of is. I
Well,
can't be
this-
Bernie Lomax. Well done.
This Landon DuPont. Quite good, Dean. That is the history. An assist last night. The exceptional status blue liner, 15 years young, is the first rookie defenseman to hit 50 points since Scott Niedermayer. Feels like there's a few games left in that WHL season, guys. I don't know.
Pretty
And
amazing.
How old? Oh, he's 15. He's not supposed to be allowed to play in the league. He's so young. 2027. Someone's going to be really bad and get a really, really, really franchise-altering defenseman.
Jack, how come our screen grabs look like ass today? What's going on?
It doesn't like these long ones.
Yeah, you know what? We'll cut it in half next time. So we'll have
Harsh.
the text and then the image. And
Yeah.
everyone wins.
All right.
It's the cropping. My bad. HL All-Star game yesterday. The Wranglers you were thinking of, Rhett, how'd they do?
They were in it.
The Wranglers took
Rory
on the
Cairns?
All-Stars. That's right.
Rory Cairns.
How'd they do?
Cooley were there. Or Devin Cooley. I can't remember which one. It's a Cooley. They're there on the left. Congrats to the fellas. Now call Rory back up, please, because the Rune Dog is killing me. Just awful. What else have we got?
What about Bishop?
Bishop.
Do you like Bishop more than
I am not. I don't have strong feelings on Bishop. He's not exactly a Justin Kirkland, if you know what I mean.
Justin
Yeah.
Kirkland had a great interview after the game on
He's a great
Saturday
dude.
night.
People love the Justin Kirkland.
they do?
Yeah. It's good
Yep.
quality, not that expensive.
Shoveler had no idea about the towel.
Really?
Do you know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah.
CBC. The
The interview.
She didn't know that the towel was a thing?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Did her husband ever get one?
I did. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Probably my mom.
It's probably right there.
Right behind you. Somewhere in that pile of shit. It's
If I were betting man,
there's no
probably within
question.
arm's length, but
It's in the
how would
room.
you know? Yeah.
Don Cherry's got a fix for all these problems, eh?
Yeah, we saw that one last week. Blazers. Yeah.
Very proud of that one. You know, we should put a tariff on our beautiful Canadian guys playing in the USA like Sid Crosby, Nate McKinnon, and Shai Jiggles Alexander. I think Don Cherry's got it figured out.
Shy Jiggles Alexander.
The NBA player is going to win MVP.
Oh.
Who?
Yeah. Jack, I hope you like that one at least. You know who the best Canadian basketball player in the world is.
Who's the best Canadian basketball player?
Shai Gilgeous Alexander.
What?
Yeah. It's like an MVP run.
Can you say it just normal? The name?
Shai
Shay.
Gilgeous.
Giggles?
That's, of course, because Don Cherry always butchers the names. We're getting it. Alexander.
But
Oh.
Brothers in the league.
I feel
No?
like you maybe butchered that name too.
Jason Alexander? I know him.
Funny man. Made a
How
lot
come
of
you
money.
never talked about the NBA trade if we're so into the NBA?
We
Big
aren't
trade out there.
We
I've
definitely
heard all
aren't
about it.
into the NBA. The son of the hottest mom in the NBA is moving to LA. That's all you need to know. You can Google the rest, friends. You're welcome.
Really?
Not even close. Jack, back me up on this.
Yeah, definitely the honest.
That's a bold claim.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't do the research.
NBA is a big league, last I checked.
Huge league.
So Shy Giggles Alexander's mom.
No,
I was
Luca's
paying
mom.
I was paying
Luca's
close attention.
Luca's mom.
How do you spell it?
She's got it going on.
Doncic is the last name. It's a Slovenian. So he now joins fellow
Back to you,
Slovenian
Ryan.
Anze Kopitar.
Yeah, back to
In
you.
LA.
And no
And please turn off their mics and cameras. They're going to need a break. Am I wrong?
okay, stop. And I don't mean stop, I mean go. I'm talking to myself.
Myles Garrett wants a trade. The best defensive player in football, you could argue, wrote this letter. Blah, 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 blah. I want to win a Super Bowl. With that in mind, I've requested a trade from the Cleveland
Oh
Browns.
no.
Oh, yes.
Really?
To which the Browns
Miles?
responded, we are not fielding offers for Myles Garrett.
Buffalo. Buffalo. Buffalo.
Low.
So who wins that pissing match? The guy who says trade me, or the team that says we're not trading you?
I think the deals will be so good that he'll get traded. I think of Khalil Mack leaving the Chicago Bears. It was like 2 firsts and a bunch of other stuff. I think he gets moved. Jack, back to you. It is.
I hope he gets moved. I don't
They're
want to
very
see him
dysfunctional.
twice a year.
He'll be a good Steeler, right?
No.
What are they going to have at quarterback? Draft one, right? Draft one.
Super Bowl odds. Let's check in. It is this weekend.
Moving on.
Back to me, Dean. The Super Bowl is on Sunday.
We doing anything?
I'm going to be in Alex, Alberta, which I'm told is an incredibly cold rink for kid hockey. Sounds great.
How's the food? You got to find out.
It's actually pretty good. We got a good rink.
Alec or Alex?
Alix. Alex.
I'm going to do some research, right?
Yeah, thank you. Chiefs light favorites, 1.5 points, over under at 49. We'll revisit this a few more times before we get there on the weekend. And Rash Madani's down in New Orleans. He says he's going to come on the show this week.
How about it?
I'm not talking football. Football ended.
It's awfully early to get to New Orleans.
Well, he's a pro, eh? He's got to get the pulse from the city.
That's a long ways away, Ryan.
And a lot of beads. What's that, Slovenia?
Alex.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours, 2:10.
Yeah, 2:12 from my house.
Yeah.
Where is it? Give me a
east of
north.
Red Deer.
North of Drumheller.
Are we north of
You're
Drum?
kind of up in the Three Hills neighborhood, maybe?
What about Stettler? Are we close to Stettler out there?
Yeah,
Probably.
really close.
John
Call
Bender
me-
will be
call me
texting in about
Stettler, yeah.
6 seconds.
Yeah, and people from the old show would remind us about the bearded stripper in Torrington, too. I feel like that's probably not too far away.
Bashaw.
The Bashaw Flash.
Highway 11, east of Red Deer. Thank you,
There's a
Jason, in the
Louis-
comments.
There's a Louisiana in Alberta.
Louisiana.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Rhett's always pushing us to grow and be better.
Mhm.
And especially on the Pinder Report, to really show the expanding boundaries of sport.
Sport.
Let's dive in.
We're a sports show.
Check this out. Rhett, on the ice,
Ice surf
blades,
skating levels.
skateboard.
Live with the Curveboard ice blades. 2. Add the Curveboard truck for authentic surfy flow. 3. Pair with Curveboard New Classic for maximum stability.
Rhett, look at this.
I like it.
You get a kite going?
Those aren't.
Huh.
You guys should give me one
Yeah, unlike those
for my birthday
hoverboards.
last week that you didn't get me anything for.
Got you cake.
Got you a big
Yeah,
bottle
did
of
ya?
whiskey.
Did you get me a cake?
The cakes just show up.
Yeah.
Somebody just like an arm comes in and drops a cake in the middle of the floor. Come on now.
Back to you, Ryan.
You're getting back into cycling, Dean. That's great to see.
Love
I
it
know,
when
yeah.
you're cycling, Dean. You're a great cyclist.
Mountain passes, tight clothes, but even more artsy than I thought cycling could be.
Team ready to go,
Synchronized
lined up,
team
already up
artistic
on
cycling.
that back wheel.
Dean, this is exceptional stuff.
Wow.
So into their very
Look at
first
this.
figure and they're up, turning on the spot, perfectly done.
Much more
Into the
difficult than
second figure very
than a
quickly. You can see
unicycler. If you
just
see a
how
unicycler and they're showing
synchronized
off,
they
tell
are.
them, hey,
They've got to keep that
why
back
don't
wheel
you?
within a
Where's your
50
where's the other
centimetre
wheel?
circle,
Yeah.
and they have to connect each rider connecting with the other
Incredible balance.
absolutely in time, and you can see the
It's a lot
judges
easier to
keeping
do
a
because
check
you
of
have
the
to have no
marks on the
pride
right-hand
in
side.
order to do this. So you
Right.
don't have pride weighing you down or knocking
The
you
area
off
that they're using.
kilter.
It's
That is
weight has been
11 by
lifted for all
14
these
meters.
athletes, Dean. That's the great thing.
Performance is got to be
That'll cost them at least a half point there. I can't
Uh,
have that.
Ice basketball, that's also new. I know you were taking the shoveler to school on this. Most people.
What about
think
couch
Americans are good at
rugby?
basketball.
Because Rhett's good at that, I've heard.
Well, we're more on that later.
All right.
Let's get to the ice basketball first, though. Okay, crossovers from the Reds there, and his Steph Curry.
That's travel.
Steph Curry. That was a bit of a travel.
That defender is terrible.
Yeah, it really is. He's got the Raptors, Gary Trent Jr.
That's a Canadian guy that we don't know who he is. Jiggles McGee.
Shy Jiggles. Finally sunk a few. That's good. Attaboy. Also, that song is a banger. Nice remix there. Rhett, congrats on the big win. Your kids at the hockey thing on the weekend there.
Damn right they did.
Now, what did you say to the goalie? Because I know he's excited, but
Don't take no shit.
Giant killers listening to their fans.
Oh, my
and they
goodness.
Come all the way across the ice.
I'm sorry. Last year on
Jeez.
one of my kids' teams, this actually happened.
like I was saying on your team, Rhett. I'll just make this stuff all up willy-nilly on the Pinder Report.
You know what that brings with it? Two very separate discussions.
Yep.
One with the kid and his teammates. The
Another.
other with your buddies.
And a third with Ryan Four and Jack allowing it to go.
Yeah, for putting it on the Pinder Report.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know what? If it, I
laugh.
think this is the home for stuff like that. I will support these two donkeys. But
Thank you, Dean.
You're welcome.
Rhett's been-
Teamwork. It's
Rhett's
what
been
good
doing
teams
some
do.
Video things here. It's been a tough go since football season quote ended, but let's check in.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. A day in the life of a Buffalo Bills fan. I wake up. Just kidding. I haven't slept. All I feel is pain. All I feel is heartbreak. I try to unwind.
Check it out.
The old fumble Rooski.
But he's everywhere. Reminders everywhere. A quick shower. My therapist says I'm depressed because I'm starting to see fold-out tables as functional objects and not obstacles to dive through from the back of a stranger's pickup truck. My ass bone is surely broken. I've been doing a breathing exercise. It's called the Stefan Diggs. I've built an aversion to confetti. I can no longer attend birthday parties, gender reveals, or consume funfetti cupcakes. It's too painful. I look at the weather. -25. Well, at least spring is on its way. I see my neighbor. And I'm reverted to a shell. I get a call from my pharmacist.
Here's the loft is ready.
I'll get around to it. I try to do some handiwork. I need some more wood. I'm only a yard short. 1 yard. 1 yard. 1 yard short. My buddy calls and asks if I can pull him out of a ditch. Luckily, I have a tow hitch laying around. I picked up golf as a hobby, but I keep slicing it wide right, wide right, wide right, wide right, wide right. I'm trying to be optimistic. It's like one of the greatest Bills players said, there is life after football. It was a great quote from Orenthal J. Simpson.
We're with you, Rhett.
It's a tough week.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Like OJ said, it's life after football.
There's life out there's more to it than football. Now, I'll ask you, Ryan, are you prepared to move forward now? Because that was pretty good.
I have a
'Cause
lot
I
of
see there are more videos coming.
I don't know.
Go, Ryan. Do it.
You know what? Let's just go right to 99. Who would win? Who would win between a backhoe and an elephant?
Oh,
Jack, take it away.
It's a battle. It's old as time.
oh.
I'm giving the dub to elephant. I don't know about you guys.
Poor I feel bad for the elephant.
I feel bad for the backhoe. Look at that.
No,
Oof.
what are you doing? Leave the guy alone.
Okay, these are my
Certainly he's
inch
got
burial
a-
grounds. Get out of here, you jerk.
Not intimidated in the least.
Not at all.
Certainly he's going to have some sort of an abrasion on his his upper skeletal head till skeletal there for the poor elephant. Goodness.
Frontal
gracious.
cranium abrasion.
Yeah. Poor guy. You missed you weren't here for our baby mammoth discussion last week, were you, Pinder?
Baby mammoth.
Yeah. No, I can't really get into it now, but
Well, it carried on a long time at that day.
Yeah.
So we don't want it to happen.
I can't remember if that was the day you stormed out or
Yeah, that was the day you drove him
didn't
up
come
to,
in or
Village Honda.
No, that was the day when you
Was the day I
said
didn't come in.
you're not welcome
Northeast
here.
Auto Mall.
That was the
right.
Got it. That's your Pinder Report on this Monday, Dean.
Brought to you by Village Honda, where again new vehicle pricing is MSRP. Start your automotive adventures at Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life. For life. For life. For life.
For life.
For life. Hey, Rhett. You're a defenseman. I would love you to do a deep dive today on Marcus Pettersson and really let us know what you're thinking.
I'll do my rounds.
Make your rounds, yeah.
Right? Because you can't, it's much like you can't fairly assess and
Well, I
Pick
know
a
he's
winner
going
in
to
a
be
trade.
just off the top of my head, just looking at this, he's got to be physically imposing at that.
At 6'4",
Yeah.
170.
His stature alone.
Is he really
Gives
170?
him
Something like that. It's
a
He's being
170?
5.
6'4", less than 180.
How many kids in the Western League are 175 pounds? Well, give this guy a sandwich, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, you're going too far.
He's on the Pinder diet? Just bird seed and quinoa and
I'm 2 bills. Don't even.
avocados? Man. How can you be that, like, what is this? Because you're an athlete. And they're like, is that not a?
You know what? Metabolism, Dean. You can't control
Is
it. It's part of your genealogy.
Because I'll tell you what, if I'm a team owner, kind of GM or whatever, you come to training camp at the start of the year, okay, fitness class guys come in, they're all tubby and stuff, and be, hey, listen, what have we been doing here all summer? Jesus, get on the bike. That dude walks in to be the same thing. What are we doing? Hey,
you hunger strike? What's going on here?
Need an IV? You got a tapeworm? What the hell is
maybe
happening?
that's what it
Maybe you guys
is.
have a tapeworm.
Get over here. Let me feel those.
Oh, boy. Well, I know what he's eating. That's not going to beef you up.
Yeah, that's not.
That's a low-cal snack.
Is that carbs or protein? What does that end up being? I mean, it's delicious, but beyond that, you're a high caliber athlete, sir.
Cameras are always on.
Yeah. Again,
Get
I hope
draft when you're 175. Oh, it's fine. He's going to fill out. Remember,
gonna fill out.
Every kid that walks up on, oh, he's got a good frame, and they'll fill out, and he's
Yeah.
going to fill out.
Are they still saying that? Is that what that was Dubas? Hey, you know what? He's going to fill out.
He'll fill out.
So about the first rounder, don't worry about it. He's going to fill out.
He'll fill it
First
out.
rounder, you said, right? So first, like, it's the Rangers first, but it's first round pick.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful.
Mm.
I love it. Yeti. This, you know what this is? This is Yeti weather out there. This is the wild. We're in the city, but these are wilderness type temperatures, conditions. If you're out there working today, you're like, I need to know that my coffee is going to be hot. Because when I get into the rig after I've taken coffee break, I'm going to go sit down and try and warm up. And I crack open my Yeti. I need to know. When I crack open my Yeti, I need to know.
Is that mine?
Please let this. It better be nice and. Ooh, burp my lip. That's what that means. So again, care and caution with Yeti, but you can count on
huge
Yeti.
One. That looks like you look like Paul Bearer over there.
I
What
think
is
that's mine. How about that for me?
My Undertaker, your brother. Now that's been around for a long time,
Mhm.
you know. So they've got those, and then of course, you've got your.
Oh shoot!
They got it all, man. They got it all, and now new from Yeti, the Camino Carry-All Tote Bag brings everything that you've come to love about Yeti into the Camino. Durable, tough inside, tough outside, easy to clean, waterproof material. Comes in 3 sizes, the 20, the 35, and the 50. It's made to get dirty. It's like, oh man, I kind of got all dirty and stuff. Yeah, hose it down, put it in the sink, use your sprayer, clean it off, dry it out. It's good to go.
Mm.
Like we were saying last week, works great as a you're going to the ODR. Throw your skates, your helmet, your gloves and stuff in there. Oh, but what if this get durable, tough? That's what Yeti is all about. You could use it for, like, you're going fishing. You're an outdoors type person.
You could put Cold Origins in there too.
You could put.
Bummer.
That's right. Tough,
Nice.
reliable Yeti. Hashtag crave the cold. Hashtag built for the wild. Crave the cold and extend your ice time with hard-hitting gear that's built to honor the toughest sport on earth. Check out more. Yeti.ca. That'd be the Canadian site. I'm not sure what the Americans do. We
Wow,
still
we're fighting anyway.
not sure how they do. Yeti. Love my Yetis. Clearly.
You bought us Ramblers when you were in a.
I did. Because I got talking about Yetis and stuff. You guys, I'm like, hey, you're gonna love it. Was I wrong? Don't think I
No.
was.
Use it
Not
today.
really.
Because I never am.
That was me. Damn it.
Well, that's why there's friction. That's why we're where we're
It's
at.
beautiful. That's why it works.
So Leafs tomorrow. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, get ready for that, I guess, hey?
Yeah, get ready.
Once a year.
Leafs.
It's good that we're
Captain
not-
America himself,
Yeah.
Austin
Ooh.
Matthews.
There'll be no anthem to boo. That's a thing that's happening all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was
Careful.
one game tonight. Hey, what we're gonna need to do is watch to see if Senators fans in Nashville or whatever it is boo the anthem. Is
I don't
what we're-
recommend it.
Is that our main concern? How many Sens fans are at Bridgestone Arena start booing the anthem? Maybe. I don't know.
There's some rednecks there that you could get
Yeah.
punched in the face.
Yeah,
Punch in the face, yeah.
I'd you know what I'd do? I'd watch my P's and Q's.
Yeah,
What do you
they
think
take
that's
their
about?
anthems fairly serious down in the
Mind your P's and Q's?
Pints and Quartz, Dean. Pay your tab is what it's about.
Is that what it is?
That's right. That's right.
Well done.
You didn't
Just
know
when
that?
you thought Rhett was totally useless. I mean,
Totally
that's
know that?
amazing. Pints and quartz.
Yes.
No confirmation, but it did come out of your jib pretty quick. So I'm inclined to think maybe you know what you're saying.
100%.
So mind your P's and Q's.
Pay your tab.
Ordinarily means, hey, steady, don't you know, straighten up. Means don't pull a Warner and leave the
Yeah.
establishment without paying your bill.
Don't leave Richmond's when you owe hundreds of dollars for the obscene amount of pizza and wings that you housed.
Was it over $100?
No.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
You were deleting Coronas at an alarming rate. An
Incredible
incredible.
rate, Harry. Incredible rate.
Got to work on that.
So yeah, Leafs come in. They beat Edmonton the other night 4-3. That snapped the 3-game skid, as we told. But you know, that's what teams do, I guess. 1-5, lost 3, 1-3, lost 3, and the thing about Leaf fans is they just take it all in stride.
Yep.
Level-headed.
Steady Eddie.
Don't get too high on a win streak. Don't get too upset or cranky when they lose a few. It's just we're not worried. We know that Brad knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
We know that Craig knows what he's doing.
Craig.
How about that? Brad and Craig in Toronto. Craig Berube,
Oh, yeah.
Brad Treliving.
Yeah.
There was a Brad Craig here. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
They have a Daryl in Toronto, or
Leafs are 3 back of the Florida Panteros for top spot in the Atlantic.
They don't care. It's all about the playoffs, Dean.
well, I
That's
was
it.
going to say, I mean, so you win the division, like
Yeah.
not unlike Edmonton, not unlike Florida, not unlike it's just we'll see you in the spring.
Tree coming down to the studio tomorrow?
I would think so.
I doubt it.
Oh,
No? You say something?
I don't know.
thought you guys were tight.
He might be out scouting or doing something. Nah, I mean, when he's in town, there are far more important people that earn his time than I or us.
Don't tell Brian and I that we're. And I don't need to hear your negative talk.
Okay, me.
I
Then he's
feel
got-
important, right?
You'd be up the ladder from me. So are you getting him on the show tomorrow?
No, could care.
Don't care.
No, I don't like Leaf honk talk. No.
So if the playoffs began today, which they don't, but if they did, it'd be Leafs Sens round 1.
Love that. So love that so much.
That'd be all right.
Mark.
Here's the reasons why.
Ooh.
First off, great rivalry. It's been dormant. Love to see it come back, just like you did Battle of Alberta in 2022. Amazing. Back into all the fields, all the history. Those series were epic. All the Leafs fans are going to travel to Ottawa to that huge cavernous empty building and fill it up. It'll be amazing. And you can very comfortably cheer for the Senators against the Leafs, which is always a priority for most Canadians outside of Toronto. Can't wait.
Can't wait. And if the season ended today and it doesn't, but if it did, it'd be Oilers Flames round 1.
Are the Oilers leading the West right now? I feel like it'd be Winnipeg. wouldn't
Sorry,
it?
it's it'd be Winnipeg, Calgary, Colorado, Edmonton.
To be fair, I think the Flames would probably prefer the Winnipeg matchup to some others. Yeah, Winnipeg's running away with it. Jeez.
Winnipeg is just, I mean,
an incredible rate, Harry.
It's an incredible. They've won 6 in a row, Harry. They've been without their captain for a couple weeks. Hasn't slowed them down.
No. Hellebuck's got to be the guy right now. Like in terms of you pick a goalie, number one off the board. I've been sort of a Shesterkin guy at times, Vasilevsky a few years ago, but like
sort of at times.
Well, you
were heavy Shesterkin for about a 24-month.
I just mean like I think Hellebuck's the man right now. I love those other guys, but every bleeping year he's a Vezina finalist. It seems.
God, remember last year? Like, and then last year, I think we all felt the same way, and then gave up 8.
Yeah,
to Colorado and again or whatever it was.
Ooh.
Holy shnikes!
And then didn't admit to any
I'm
wrong.
playing great right now.
Well,
I feel great.
I'm awesome.
I mean, I know my goals against is like 9 something, but I feel like I'm playing my ass off right now.
I got an 870, best I played all year.
This I don't know what you got. I mean,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, we got snot bobbled for sure, but me?
Awesome.
It's not just numbers, guys. Well, actually, the goals, total, whoever gets more of them in a game, that's important. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get more goals than they did tonight, but man, I feel great.
We played really well.
Yeah, I feel really good. Wonder what they do. I was reading an article in The Athletic or something yesterday or on the weekend. Last year, it was right about now. A year ago, they made the Monahan trade ahead of the deadline. Gave us the first.
Early?
Sean Monahan comes in. Great fit. Way to go. Get closer to the deadline. Tyler Toffoli. In you come. Let's go. Yeah. They traded a first, second, third, and fourth round pick. Not in the same year, but 4 picks. 2 guys came in. Didn't get out of the first round.
And I don't think either guy was great in the playoffs as much as it looked good at times in the regular season.
So the question will be, so this year, here you are again. Do you approach it differently? Well, not that those guys didn't give you a boost in the regular season. They impact your standing, that whole thing. But the guy has gone from, and I was, do something, make a trade, help your team, all of this sort. And they brought guys in, Kevin Hayes and Monahan. They've tried over the years to give them a bit of a jolt, and it's not worked. With what they've got going there, you almost wonder, maybe some little, in case a guy gets hurt, we've got some backing. We got a little bit of extra depth. I wonder if he just says, we're going. Keep picks. Look at our team. Let's go.
Was it Ehlers up this summer?
Yeah.
Connor next year.
Is he up already?
Yeah. And he's like a set your watch 40 goals a year guy. It feels like he's been so good.
Do you think maybe if you're shovel day off, you go in with the agent and be like, I'd like to pay by the pound. Let's pretend we're at the deli.
That's what Rutherford's trying with Pettersson.
Kind of hoping we could do like some pastrami here. By the pound, right? He's a good player. I said to Rhett last week, I don't get how he's such a good goal scorer for a guy that wears a extra small t-shirt from the Gap.
Do you like fries with that?
I mean, he's just, you know what he is? He's wee. He's like Marcus Pettersson wee.
Mm-hmm.
See, I would, if he's 170 pounds, I'm okay with it. You're going to score 40. What are his numbers? What are his digits, his deets? Where would you have the most trust, Ryan, when it comes? Because I know you kind of keep an eye on.
I'm going to read you the goal totals from the last few.
Well, I know the goal. I'm wondering about height, weight.
Oh,
how many goals per pound do we get with? There might not be a better goals
6'2",
per
179.
What's like?
It's not full.
How is Pettersson 175?
Isn't it wild?
179, 40 goals. Is that good enough? Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah. And
you want me to go do some sit-ups or hit the weight bench, or are we good? No, you know what, Kyle? We're good. You do whatever it is that you're doing. I eat a lot of X-Lax. Okay, fine. Keep doing it. Whatever works.
Keeps
whatever works.
Marcus Pettersson, 6'4", 176.
6'4". I need to see this human. I'm kind of, you know what? I'll be honest. I'm kind of like Rhett. I don't know that I've laid eyeballs on this guy.
Have you seen a praying mantis before?
Not in real life, but yeah. You've had that, right? The
Shampoo?
Jack?
Huh?
Let's do the bets
The
of the day.
jacket lit up this weekend. How's he doing there?
He, when I last checked in, was 2 rows from the ceiling in the 300 level, moaning about the Flames only hitting Cam Talbot's logo on his chest. Do you
Yeah,
have that
Jack.
video, by the way? That's
Can we
unbelievable.
get a Jack Jack the producer game report from the match you were at on Saturday?
Here's the report.
All right.
The Flames did not score at all. The game was boring. Someone threw a squid on the ice. That was entertaining. And I don't remember anything but the first period.
Your buddy did have the best game recap of all time. Go get that.
More squids than goals, yes.
More squids than goals. What are we doing here?
It's
More
bad in the
squids
playoffs
than
when that
goals.
happens. More squids than goals. That's good
Octopus
analysis.
squid, I mean, sure.
Yeah, it's good analysis.
Did you get escorted out of any buildings?
Nope, I made it home.
Jacket?
Jacket. My wallet thing broke again.
Jeez.
Your wallet thing. What
Like this, I buy this wallet because I hate carrying a wallet. So I've got like this
Change
case
purse.
wallet for my phone, and it's the same one that I had before, so it broke again. So then I don't have a wallet. I just carry the cards.
Did you go to the Trop, Jack?
No.
There was a chance of 60% POP for the Trop when I checked in. This game's boring. This team can't score. We're leaving. Trop night? Yeah, it's feeling a bit troppy. How many Lugans?
415.
Oh,
15.
15 Jacks.
That's Pinder-esque.
That's
That's
Trop.
That's
good.
posting up at position A with all your buddies. That's a
It
lot
is
of
awesome.
buddies.
We had a couple late ads, and like when you get close to the ceiling there, there's just empty seats for rows. So
Deadline
Bye.
deals, additions.
Nice. We'll get out of here. We'll do some super chats in a moment. Let's get to our Bet365 bets of the day. It's the largest sports betting platform in the world, and our presenting sponsor. Use the promo code NATION to sign up if you have not already. The app is great, and we got a big weekend coming up.
Don't wait.
Only one NHL game tonight. Whatever. But boy, we got a big week, and then 4 nations. Ooh, man. Can't wait. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365 as we get into the bets of the day.
Sens are they started at plus 110 last night, now down to minus 105. That's current. We like them against the Preds because the Preds are buying Ched toast for Rhett.
Delicious.
Stützle, 3 or more shots, plus 185. He's cleared that total in 3 of his last 5. Love that. You got bets, Rhett?
Is he okay? Is there some after the Hartman scenario? How's his health? Are you concerned?
He's going to be shooting. I came out blasting.
The old Dukes?
Yeah, shooting the Dukes.
I didn't do a bet today. I forgot.
That's okay, Rhett.
I got time before the game.
You're doing
That's okay.
tech issues. That's what you're
I
dealing
was.
You had pregame tech issues.
Reboot, hard reboot.
You needed a power cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yep.
Bet365, download the app, sign up today. Huge range of markets. It is the best and biggest sports betting platform in the world. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And as we told you at the outset, we're not fibbing with the super chat. If you come through on the YouTube chat and you make a cash donation, we will take that money and get it to the youth centers of Calgary, where a place for kids are welcome, accepted, get a little support if they need it. And it also gets your message shown on the show. So we had a few super chats come through today. I hope they're all in good taste. Unbiased Homer 699. What do you guys think of targeting Stenlund from Utah at the deadline? He's a 28-year-old righty, 4th line center with a 63% D zone faceoff percentage and a 61 PK faceoff percentage, makes $2 million next year. I need more data on his faceoffs.
I'd like to know his neutral zone face. No, I'm just kidding.
Kevin Stenlund, former Jet, correct? Is that the
So you're
guy?
saying we need a face-off guy, Homer?
Do we need a fourth line center who's going to be 30?
Well, Frost is solid on the dot. That's the guy you've got that you've added.
Frost.
I am curious what'll happen when Zary comes back because he has been so good at center. Probably not pushing anyone to the 4C hold out of that group, though, right? Slide someone to the wing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Backlund looks like he's got better things to do lately, but Mitchell, $6.99. Is that the going rate, Harry?
Really?
Why isn't Noodles allowed to have NHL garb in his background, but Rhett has Flames and Panthers behind him? Top 5 movies, Rhett?
Oh, that's at the second
Top
part.
5? I can't. 5. Ooh,
5.
You seen 5 movies before?
I need genres to. And actually, I love you, Mitch. Keep it coming, but I pick my 5s. You don't tell me what.
Yeah, that's right, Mitch. Sorry about
top and.
Yeah, you can ask for a top 5, and then Rhett selects what the topic would be if he decides that. But that's you've really kind of boxed them in.
I'm gonna come back to you though. You've donated. I'm gonna answer this one. Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Not
Actually,
today.
I've been complaining lately to myself, which I do a lot of. There's no good shows. I turn the TV on every night and I start scrolling through.
Just garbage.
There's junk.
The lady I live with wants to watch the Squid Games and get into. We watched the first one. I've not seen the second one yet.
It's not. Ooh, it's.
I haven't seen any of it. That's why I'm moving because I've heard.
I watched some of the
Team's
first
reaction.
season, and it's just such a.
You have to be into that sort of thing, and if that's not your thing, as good as it may be at that thing, it's not your thing.
And it's a unique, weird thing.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what the thing is. I better look into this.
Even last night I was trying to find a comedy. I got to go back. I got to rewatch.
Did you see the movie? Did you like the movie Saw?
Oh yeah, I didn't like that. No,
it's kind of along that sort of
bad. Jeez,
not as, but it's similar. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
that's less appetizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very much along the
not a
lines of
feel-good.
trivializing the value of a human life.
Mm-hmm.
Putting human life at using it as a plaything for other people's entertainment and enjoyment. It's a little dark, Harry.
Not sure if that's going to make the list.
A little dark. Jeremy, okay, $5 for the kids. Dean, who would you guys trade for? McDavid's real good. Boy, what a trade that would be if he left Edmonton to come here.
It's not a winner.
Sour the Oiler fans.
Sure, if you get Jack Eichel, it'd probably be better, right?
Jack.
They could upgrade on the top 4. I don't need to see a lot more Hanley Miramanov being Barry top 4.
Seth Jones?
Well, it's going to be prohibitive, but yeah.
Mr. Joe and me. Who would you guys trade for? I mean, it's a big league out there.
It's a big league.
Who's available?
It's
that
not
Rempe, I like
big
that
leagues, and it's a big league.
Let's get that Rempe. That's fun.
My boy's going to play in the big league. Knock him dead. Sorry, Jeremy. $5. Okay. I feel like we got to give an answer.
I just got traded.
Well, you know what? Listen, stand by. We could probably do this during the 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about for 2 weeks.
Movies. That's what I'm saying. My top 5 movies for.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, our friend Frank said he updated his trade target board. Casey Middlestat is on there.
I don't like Casey Middlestat.
Nah.
I think there's a lot of Frosty similarities there. Is there not?
26.
High skill. Hasn't all come together yet.
Chicken shit.
Okay. Don't know about that. But
at least that's what I was told in Buffalo.
But you know what? Maybe you know what? Maybe Huska.
Yeah.
Real good making chicken salad. Mm.
And I'm just repeating what I heard when I was living in Buffalo.
And if it was Rob Ray, everyone is a CS compared to him. So
no, it wasn't Rob Ray's reporting.
Your piece of repeating shit.
Eat shit! Eat my shit!
Jeremy's back in another 5. Top 5 shawarmas.
You can't just do a top 5 in red, dude.
Yeah, you did it again.
You
Guys,
Mitchell's trying on Jeremy.
And I actually only have 3 because
okay.
Top 3 shawarmas.
I'm saving that one for the
big break.
All-Star break.
Yeah. The big break. Man, that's it. Those are the super chats.
For the kids. Thanks, guys.
For the kids.
Convenient. Do you want some shawarmas?
Now listen, we said we guarantee we'll put the questions, we'll put them on the show. We didn't say we'd get the answers.
Right. That is an important
kind of at our discretion. Although you did kind of take a run at Casey Middlestat there.
Yeah, I think that was very nice.
Taken astray.
Wanted the
what
hurtful?
How does Colorado feel about trading Bowen Byram for him? Like terrible. Bad
they
trade.
can go sign Bowen Byram this summer, can't they? Let's go. Get him back.
He would be a
but
nice
remember,
addition.
on the flip side, I remember there were a lot of concerns about Bowen Byram. What's he done? He's high pick, but he's injured. He can't do. He's not.
Oh, sorry. Cale McCarr and Devin Taves play 30 minutes a night. So I'm sorry I haven't stole any of their ice. How about that? Have some hockey sense.
Now they trade Ratnan. Rhett's got new evil. He's got a new foil. You got you hate the Avs. This is new.
Have some hockey sense. Oh, we're gonna fill the spot with who's the guy from Philly that we haven't heard his name again.
Sean
ever.
Walker.
Yeah, that guy.
Who?
Exactly.
Sean Walker.
Oh, Sean
He also
Walker.
dumped
Right.
Ryan Johansson's money, which is a crucial part of that. But yes, they did go get Sean Walker on a career year.
And Iggy.
Yeah, I didn't like that signing at the time.
And Ryan Smith.
Sarich.
Sarich.
Glenn Cross.
Glenny.
Tryouts anyway.
He was there for about 9 minutes. I think I would just rather drive donkeys around central Alberta. Thanks.
In this weather?
No, it was Glenny.
I know. That's what I'm asking.
Want to be a Leaf? Play in Toronto? I don't know.
Traffic.
I got a lot of whiskey to drink out near Stettler, you know?
New super chat.
New super chat. Ken, 10 bone. I'm interested in who Rhett thinks Conroy should target to help the defensive core.
Well, Ken, I haven't done my rounds yet, but
and Marcus Pettersson would seem to be unavailable, having just been traded.
Oh, who knows?
I want the fat guy that can withstand the trials and tribulations of
Who would be the fattest D-man in the league
of a long playoff run, because you get wore down, Dean. If you got no reserves, you got nowhere to go.
Yeah. Fat D.
There used to be a bunch. Like Dustin Bufflin was unbelievable for that description.
Oh, and I would take him.
I
would take him today if he wants to come back.
Yeah.
What an animal that guy was.
That guy's, yes.
Just two hands, holding guys at bay, scoring goals.
Yeah.
Destroying guys coming across the middle. And then hammering a 4-piece with poutine after.
Oh,
what a hero that guy.
Apparently, just got a good setup on a lake in Minnesota. He's got a nice boat, and he's just like, I'm just not into hockey.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. I played lots of hockey.
Because he left what? How many million did
on
he
the table?
leave?
It's like a 60
yeah, we're
year.
talking about Sod leaving $2 million. This guy's leaving.
Dustin, it's time for camp. If you don't show up, it's gonna be like $20 million. Fish are biting.
Yeah, I'm not really wanting.
How many boats do I need?
Holy shit.
What
a world. What a world that would be. God. The things we do for money, the things those guys do to not get money.
It's coming your way, Dean.
Yeah.
Tides have changed.
Right around the corner.
Tides have changed.
Tide. Can't afford Tide.
Yeah, get that. Well,
generic
Tide's
brand.
American. Don't buy American.
That's right. Can't do. It's gonna be tough. We can't buy any American stuff.
I know. We're okay in the beer department.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good beer.
All good in the beer department.
Good point.
Got our Origin Brewing. breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Mm.
Some Alberta beef.
Mm.
Some bread, some farmers taking care of your vegetables and your breads, your milk, your meats, your beers. Probably have to drink eat it with your hands because I'm not sure who's making cutlery and plates and stuff like that. I'm not sure who's making that.
Bread, everything's the same.
Do I have to
Don't worry about
return the American stuff that I may have got prior?
Burn it.
Oh,
You have to burn it.
Oh yeah.
Have a nice big cul-de-sac fire there.
It's Canucks fans are burning the jerseys the other day.
Already?
We're getting. I feel like we're almost ready for more "Set Your City on Fire" jokes with
Because
them.
That's what I'd trade for. I'd trade for that Hughes kid in Vancouver.
He's hurt. Might
I
get him
don't
now.
care. I'm willing to
Yeah.
risk it.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Provorov?
I know he's hurt.
Petey?
I'll take him. Take him off your hands right now.
No.
I'll tell you what, and again, just like having been in Vancouver, remember the start of the movie Moneyball? After Giambi and Isringhausen and those guys leave the Oakland A's and they're taking down all the tarps and the pictures. They got a lot of work to do around old Rogers Arena. There's a lot of JT Miller shit that's going to have to come down, and it was not very nice weather. It's not as cold as it is here, but there's going to be some guys out there taking down a lot of signage.
Well, you think if they move Pettersson too, then Besser's going to follow. And then it's like, well, what the hell's Demko hanging around for? And if all those guys are gone, Quinn Hughes, like, my brothers are all in Jersey.
I like that you're back with the all in on Vancouver sucks.
It feels good. I don't know.
I'm not sure if your rationale, the fact that you've lost all rationale is good as well. Like it's
important.
Mhm.
It's good for the show.
It's just a blind, everyone in the world hates Vancouver and they suck attitude. Way to go, Ryan. Way
We
to
got to bring
turn
Jimbo
it.
back too.
Well, these are Jimbo moves. This has got some Jimbo scent to it.
Poor Jimbo. I don't know. Maybe Jimbo would have been able to handle this differently.
Oh my God.
Jimbo? I wonder.
So like Elias and JT like see the world differently and stuff. So Trev and I have been talking and we're going to trade them for like 50 cents on the dollar.
Okay, Jim, thanks.
Yeah. What did Tocchet think? Could Tocchet not figure this out and get this?
Rick played in like a different era,
right?
Where hockey was, a little more physical and stuff. So I think he's having a tough time.
Guys had thicker skin. It's going to be tough when they trade all these guys and then Tocchet walks at the end of the year.
Well, that's the other thing. It literally has House of Cards potential.
Yeah.
It could be good, and this could be fixed, or it could all blow up.
Yeah.
It's a soap opera. It's
awesome.
awesome.
I love it.
Tocchett's coaching the Rangers next year.
Oh,
JT Miller's so great. We love him here.
Oh, that'd be so good.
I don't know how we got him, but he's been great. He's been really great for us. Wonder how that
actually is an amazing fit. I now expect that to happen.
Do you?
Yes.
Well,
Rangers are gonna have to scapegoat somebody. Everyone's got no moves. They're gonna run Laviolette. And then it's like Tocchett's like, this place is burning. I'm out of here.
Where are they at now? I mean,
they're like 5 or 6 out, I think.
Yeah,
they're playing a lot better. They had a good January.
5 out, game in hand, but yeah.
It's a big crowd there, right? Like someone's got to get hot. You're not going to back into this thing.
Do you know what time it is?
You got to go.
No, I don't have to go, but
Rangers beat Vegas 4-2 last night. Johnny Quick, first U.S.-born goalie to win 400 games. That's more than your buddy Beezer,
Miller,
more than
Richter,
Ryan Miller,
John Gillies,
more than John Gillies,
more than all of the great American goalies. 15th all time, regardless of birth certificate, to do it. Mika Zibanejad,
finally
1 goal, 2 helpers, game 900 for him.
That might be the biggest recipient of the JT Miller bump.
Yeah,
he's
Vegas.
awful.
Meanwhile. Brandon Saad, the devil may care Brandon Saad, made his Vegas debut. Vegas has lost 3 in a row, has won 3 of their last 13.
Oh.
Since January 9.
Since Calgary went in there.
3, 7, and 3 since the 9th of January. How about that? And are still kind of right in the mix.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hamburger or cheeseburger soup?
You tell me you're going to subtract cheese and something's going to be better? It feels like a trick question.
It's just a different it's more of a the cheeseburger is a creamy soup. The hamburger is a brothy, not
I'm not looking to sway you, and it's not. I'm not trying to one up you, but just in that vein, today is chili day. It's full on chili here at the.
the Mulbergs.
At the house,
I thought about doing chili as well.
National Boomer Chili Day. Hope everyone celebrates appropriately.
Hey,
you.
Yeah.
Make some buns. To go with the chili.
I kind of have my heart set on like garlic toast, garlic bread. Is that okay?
That's okay.
The
But
buns
that's
with
bought. You buy that.
You do, yeah. And is that not one of those things?
Never making it.
May as well just buy it.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
know
not.
that I'm making it any better.
No, it's
You're whipping up your own garlic butter and then baking a loaf. Like you're just not doing it.
Ryan, what was your best cheat meal?
Me?
Or was Nan there so you can't?
No. Nan got airlifted in late Saturday night. We grabbed her from the airport. We had some really good arena meals because the fellas played right before the Cougars and the Dinos at Flames Community on Saturday. It's like, fellas, stretch out. Here's a pile of loonies, arcades, as far as the eye can see. Dad's going to dive into a big old burger with bacon, mushrooms,
and nine beers. And you could, and here's Dad's phone. I've shown you how to use the Uber app.
Mm-hmm. Get us home.
5-star review.
To the airport to pick up Ozzy Nan. Otherwise, it would have been that. Yes.
How was the Friday night? The Crowchild Classic. Anyone?
Huge crowd. I saw the Dino women. I think won in a shootout.
Shootout or overtime, yeah. In the
And,
men's game, it was a lopsided affair. I can tell you that the Mount Royal Cougars took it to heart. They lost 4-0, I believe. I believe it was a little disheartening.
They're rated number 5 in the country, aren't they?
Seeing the fans, their loyal fans, leaving in the third period before the game was over.
It's a long day there at the Dome, though, eh?
However, what do you do after you get embarrassed, Rhett? What happens after you get shown up?
You reach down and you pull
Bounce
up those
back.
socks, Dean.
The next
you put
night,
the hard hat back on
That's right.
and you get back in there.
Father David Bauer.
the next night, 5-0 Cougars.
Woo! I told Jack it was a Cougar night on Saturday. He didn't listen to me.
Got to figure out your AI camera. You were on your phone there, and it was then because it didn't have the eyeballs. It was focused on your microphone. So you'd move the microphone around, and it's following the microphone everywhere. It's got to have some retinal deal, you know.
By the way, huge tip of the cap to the Calgary Flames, Cougars, and the Dinos. 13,139. Huge. Biggest crowd in U Sports hockey history
History.
for men and women.
Well done.
Give them a round of applause or a shovel or
All
something.
you drunks. Drunk kids.
9.
Works. Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow.
I'm staying home.
Okay, me too.
Okay.
And
Wednesday, I need you in studio.
I can't do. I got Afterburner tomorrow night. It's gonna be, late, and then I got to get up and drive in. I just don't know what's gonna happen.
And it's still cold.
Friday, can we do in studio? I need one in studio day this week. I got something I need you in studio for.
Who? Both of us or one of us?
Both of you.
Oh, because I was going to go skiing.
Go ski. That's fine.
You love skiing.
No,
That's where the Bills lost. You didn't go skiing. It's too late now.
You love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best.
I haven't skied in 3 years, but I love it.
Yeah.
What do you? Have you got like an outfit, like a tight deal? Get
Stupid
into a
sexy
one
feathers.
piece.
I do like the one piece get-ups. I don't have one, but I should get one maybe.
You need a neon onesie. That's what you need.
Nice.
A one piecer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wear a helmet or do you just kind of go
Oh, way.
Craig McTavish?
It's already injured.
Gonna say it's
What?
What are you gonna do,
CTE
right?
on CTE.
Yeah.
Like saving what? The broken pieces? Oh,
Yeah.
good. We're gonna melt it and put it back together.
Yeah, what the hell am I gonna do? Humpty Dumpty this shit? What time is it?
I
What?
don't know, the show's almost at 3 hours, but it is.
What is happening today?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
It's not like we've had like
This
No,
is
we
the
ha-
show since Wednesday. The three of us have been here, so that's probably
Well, you guys were fighting. The show was
Huge.
ending.
trades.
where have we? But we started. Frank came on at his usual time.
was out
It was
early.
Done.
Yeah.
Then what? Did we kibitz for a bit before the Pinder report?
No,
I feel like there was
it's
a lot of Marcus Pettersson dialogue around his height and weight.
Skinny prick.
A lot.
Yeah. Right.
Jack wouldn't shut up. He had his
Yeah.
20
Oh,
minutes.
still hammered.
Didn't go to the Trump.
Didn't go to the Trop, eh, Jack?
14, yeah.
Didn't make it there. Now that you brought up the Crowchild Classic, I got scammed out of a ticket, I think.
What?
They were like, you couldn't get tickets. And then I was on Facebook trying to get a ticket because all my buddies went. And I paid this guy like $50. And then he said he would send the ticket and I'd pay the rest after. And then he just never sent it.
You sounds like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jack, talk to your boys. Like, what? So if you're looking for a ticket to something, you know Rhett
Probably.
Warner, you know Ryan
Yeah.
Pinder. What do you like?
No, strangers off the internet.
Yeah, definitely just go and
This is like
hand
that
over
time.
your Interac pin to some doofus on the internet.
Yeah, and just one more question, Jack. I just need your date of birth and your mom's maiden name. Yeah, I'll just get that right over to you. Okay.
Tough weekend.
Jack, are you stupid? Hey, Jack, send me $100 and you'll get. There you go. So we can get you those tickets if you do it
Yeah.
for the Crowchild Classic. We'll get you those tickets today. Just send them that hundo and
Great.
we'll work on that.
I'm not upset about it.
Are you going to
Whatever.
follow up? At least figure out who this deadbeat is?
No, for $50.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb, Jack.
Remember when he lost his jacket on Drinky Show Day?
It must be.
So yeah, I
nice.
could track it. I don't even know. I'm good. I don't need that. I never time for a new jacket anyway.
You bought scalpers tickets to a university hockey game.
Classic.
I got FOMO. I wanted to go.
Are you an idiot?
Yeah,
You
walk
bought
up
scalper
to the fucking
tickets.
ticket window and buy a ticket.
To be fair, he is
ticket
in his
window.
20s and single. That is a Crowchild Classic. That probably would be a move for Jack.
It should have been a move for Jack, but he didn't. He tried to be an idiot.
Hey, Jack, if you send me $100, I'll double it and I'll send it right back to you.
Hey, Jack, I'm a Nigerian prince. I just need a bit of a jam here. If you can loan me $100, I'll send you $28,000 tomorrow.
Yeah. So, where did you find this? Just you went on
Just
the
like
internet.
Facebook Marketplace. Yes.
Oh. This is like when Dean bought that stolen lawn furniture off Kijiji. Come on.
Come on, Jack.
Be better, Jack. Facebook Marketplace for a Crowchild Classic.
For CIS hockey. You got FOMO. What were you just sitting at home?
Yeah, I was.
I got nothing going on.
There's a lot of drunk people there.
My
I
buddies
wish-
paid they were like $5 tickets like a week ago.
Yes.
No.
All of a sudden, you had the best seat in the house at 50.
No.
I get to sit on the bench. These tickets are great.
Oh.
All right, I'll just send it to your. What's your email address? This is a scam at bullshitter.ca. Okay.
I'll send it right.
So how you're going to mail the tickets to me? Maybe they're in the mail, Jack. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, did you check your mailbox?
No.
My goodness. That's, you know what? Much like I say, you got to end on a high note. There's no beating that. You bought scalper tickets to a university hockey game
And got scammed.
Yep, and got scammed. We are good buddies. We're laughing with you, Jack, not at you. Probably
Sure
feels
you are.
like that, but yeah.
That'll do it.
See you, buddies.